we're good.
Be like, bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of Bussin' with the Boys. We are presented by the one and the only FanDuel Sports. But before I get into this ad real quick, let me just tell you something. This is the intro for our podcast. If you're looking for football talk, ball talk, we got college, we got NFL, everything that happened this past weekend, that episode came out on Monday. If today is Tuesday and you're watching on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, that episode came out Monday. We'll always have a weekend recap. And if you ever have questions, use hashtag Tier Talk. We will feature them on the show and we will talk about them. Those things will happen Monday. Listen. Teams are always settling in. October's right around the corner, and we've got another week of Thursday Night Football ahead of us. And of course, with Thursday Night Football comes FanDuel's Thursday Touchdown Jackpot. If you don't already know, FanDuel's Thursday Touchdown Jackpot gives you a shot at a share of $2 million in bonus bets every Thursday of the season. So what do you have to do? You just have to place an anytime touchdown score bet on the Bills-Dolphins game. If your player scores the first or the last touchdown of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of the bonus bet. That's $2 million. Just hit fanduel.com/bussin for a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. I know we do Thursday Night Footballs. We stream that every single week. You can go to the Bus on YouTube. You can find that. One thing that is happening this week, if you're just an NFL fan, you're not a big college fan, I will tell you the greatest and most highly coveted trophy game in all of college football is taking place this Saturday in Lincoln, Nebraska. My Michigan Wolverines are taking on a 3-0 Nebraska Cornhuskers football team led by year 3 Matt Rule. It is sure to be an outstanding game. The competition is going to be incredible. As it stands right now, Michigan is 4-0 in their last 4 against Nebraska. Do they turn it around? That's up to him. That's up to Matt Rule and his boys to figure it out. Big show this week.
Big birthday weekend.
But again, for Will, it's his birthday.
But again, birthday's off. We lose this game. I know my birthday happens on Friday.
Yeah.
But if we lose Saturday, we got to be like, all right, birthday didn't even happen on Friday.
Again.
I'm 35 again.
Right. That's a good way to go backwards in time.
Yeah.
You'll just restart everything.
Yeah.
And there was a bet that was suggested on Monday. That bet shortly after the show was filmed was agreed upon. And
they'll have to find out in the locker room.
Okay, bleep that out. It'll be on the locker room. Bleep that out. Make sure you write that on your notes, Mitch. Bleep that out.
But for those that watched the recap, the bets were thrown around, said we'll talk about it. We got, the show happened. Afterwards, we figured something out. You will find out what that is on the locker room. This game is everything. The minute the game ended yesterday, between both teams, because I was watching your guys' game a little bit. I was obviously watching the Huskers. Juggling the 2 kiddos, I had Rue. Hey, we got to watch the Huskers. Like this is not negotiable. But the minute that game ended, I shot the text. I said it's go time.
Who'd you shoot it to?
Coach Rule.
Okay, because I was literally thinking. I was thinking my CTE brain. I'm like, I don't remember getting a text from Will.
Yeah.
But he said,
Shot Coach Rule text, it's go time.
What did he
I paced around. I just paced around my house. You know how I pace.
Right.
I can't be on the phone. I'm a pacer.
Right.
I probably paced around the house for the next 15, 20 minutes.
I watched the game, Michigan versus Central Michigan. It was a great game. If you're a Michigan fan to watch, I'd be like, that's what you want to see going into Big Ten play. Because that's what this is at the end of the day. It's the start of Big Ten play.
Kicks off.
I am at a hummingbird expedition, hummingbird festival, and my wife's like, hey, we'll go in for 5 minutes. The whole thing. I did a whole thing on Twitter about this where it's like I inceptioned my wife Thursday, Friday, like, hey, they play at 11. I love to watch the game. They play at 11. I love to watch the game. Woke up at 9, get everything done, and I get to the farmer's market at 10 or 9:15, 9:30ish. We get everything going. And I get in the car and it's like 10:15, and Taylor, my beautiful wife, I love her to death. Seriously, she's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. However, looks me in the eyes and goes, there's this hummingbird thing going on, Hummingbird Festival, right on Highway 100. I told the kids about it. They really want to go. First off, Talon, and your family watches this show, shame on you. Shame on you for telling our kids about it before you even came to me. Shame on you about that. That's not okay.
Knowing that this situation, this moment was going to come up.
Because whether Talon
You're going to
wants
back me into a corner.
Yeah, whether Talon wants to not remember or remember, I guarantee the words were said because I had a little note thing in my phone saying, how many times did you say it to Talon? And I checked it off 6 or 7 times. So I was keeping, because I know my brain, I can get a little bit, whoa, every once in a while, right? I start getting a little, I take a couple hits, I dove into a few too many piles. So I know I can forget some things sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to make sure I took care of my house first. Make sure you mention it to him. They play at 11. That started Thursday when I got home from ESPN. Play at 11 on Saturday, play at 11 on Saturday. And so I'm at this Hummingbird Festival and my kids are having a good time. God bless them. God bless my children. They had these little passport cards. They get stamps on, arts and crafts everywhere. I'm sure they had fun. When Rebel Lewan, my daughter, is like, Mommy, we shouldn't stay very long because Michigan plays. That was big. That was big. I bribe my kids. I do. Oh yeah, sue me. I went to $5. I said, I got us a 6-pack. You guys want to watch the game with Daddy? These are available to you if you watch the game with Daddy. And I did say if. They're jazzed up. Oh, go Blue, Daddy. Go Blue. We're all about it. We're going to beat them. Wins going to people in the farmer's market and being like, Michigan beat Ohio last year. She didn't say, I never told her we don't say Ohio State because I think that's kind of lame as fuck. But she keeps going, we keep beating Ohio. We can't lose to Ohio. All these things. I watch the game. It is what it is. You said you paced?
Oh, yeah.
I took a nap right after. It felt good. It felt good to see that game.
Yeah, you guys as an organization is a different, you guys are at a different spot culture-wise.
What I like about this game is it's going to be so telling for both programs. You got this 2 5-star quarterbacks going at it, both considered to be generational talents. I love what Matt Rule has done with that program. I love the turnaround. You've played nobodies, but at the end of the day, like you've produced against nobodies the way you should produce, and that's the sign of a really good football team. Big fan of Rule. Who's
Dana Holgerson.
Dana Holgerson, he's a stud. Special
Coach
teams.
Eckler, Mike Eckler.
Mike Eckler. Big fan Eckler. I said this already on the show. Cincinnati, I'm looking, hey, I'm in big grade. That kind of like showing off, hey, I'm supporting the boys. Yeah. And I go, but in a couple of weeks, it's not going to be the same. And he looks me dead in the eyes and says, we don't fucking need your support. And that's beautiful. I got Nebraska fans. Fuck you, Taylor. All the things. Good. Nebraska is on the right track. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's going to be a great game Saturday. Can't wait.
So how did it go with the daughter story?
It ended pretty much. I mean, we get to the house.
Like, did you stay for a short time? That kind of went off the rails.
Yeah, you're right. Because I started.
Nebraska.
We get there, like the second half is starting while I'm in the car still. And, buddy.
So did you take the donuts away?
I told the kids we're walking in the car. They go, let's go watch the Michigan game, eat the donuts. I go, rumors are swirling that the donuts are no longer available.
I would have been working the politics. Like, this would have been a game of Survivor. Wife tells me that, hey, sweetheart, hey, if we go to this hummingbird thing, donuts are gone.
Donuts are gone.
I would have bought 10, 15 extra minutes. There would have been an Uber and a black SUV would have pulled out. I bet, sweetheart, yeah, you guys go to the hummingbird thing. Go to the hummingbird.
SUV black too is hilarious. Dude, we went and I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I'm obviously not present right now. But it's like, I know that. My wife knows that. My kids are pretty aware of that I don't want to be here. And it's like, if my kids know, I pop on the YouTube TV on my phone. I just got it sitting there. Funny enough, some guy next to me, he's like, it's 21-0. And I go, are you talking about the Michigan game? He's like, he goes, I can't get it up on my phone. I have bad service. I go, buddy, come over here. We started watching the game together, made a couple of friends. So it ended up working out, but still, Talon, you can't operate like that.
That's it. You got to have good situational football. That's one, hey, this is shit that gets you beat.
Right. And I think that Taylor would argue that is good situational football because that's the shit that got her to a hummingbird festival.
Right, but you guys are not aligned. You're not on the same team. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's tough for me to say that Taylor cares about Michigan as much as I care about Michigan. It's tough.
But either way, it was a team
She's
key.
Canadian. She doesn't understand American college sports. She doesn't understand.
The team keys going to the weekend was 11 a.m.
Right.
Michigan kickoff.
Let me tell you where Taylor's fucked up. After the game, I'm talking to Taylor after my nap. I'm talking to Taylor and I'm telling her how big of a game this is for you. And if it doesn't go the way for you, it might affect our relationship in a way that I don't know if we can come back from. And Taylor goes, that's, what are you talking about? Like, isn't it a bit with Will in Nebraska? Honey, We all thought it was for the last 4 years. We all thought it was. But sweetheart, I had it with the sweetheart too. Sweetheart, I really think at this point he believes the words that come out of his mouth. Consistent, and I'm not. No, I think Nebraska's a good ball club this year. I'm saying like the 3-9 year, the 7 like last year, the whole thing works. Where it's like Will is truly believing all this, and I think if it doesn't go his way, like Bussin might be in trouble.
No, because if you trust my words, then I've always said nothing's going to happen to our relationship. Like, yeah, it's going to suck.
Last time Michigan and Nebraska played, Michigan won 45-7. And shortly after that, Will, you told me that you want Michigan to fail.
Because the way you would just pat me on the head, like I can't help the way I react to the things that you might do, but I'm just saying like, the reason I'm so juiced is I care about the program. And it's not just this one game. Like there's no taking a nap on any week after Nebraska plays because I'm thinking about the next week. If we get this game, it's out there for us. It's out there for us to run the table. If we take a lump in this game, we're gonna have to bounce back. But it's like, what team do we have? Is it gonna have? Are we gonna get beat by Michigan? Is it gonna be Michigan, USC, and Penn State? Then you're not in the playoff if you lose 3 games. Like I still see us going
too.
9. No, we're taking care of Iowa,
buddy.
That's where my confidence goes up to that point. But now I'm at the spot of like the real healthy, optimistic nerves of like. Is this the era? Is this it? We look good. I know we've played some slapdicks, but this is, I'm nervous for the game in general. Yeah, of course I want to beat you. But it's not, this isn't like, if we get beat, I'm just going to be sad and I'm going to be disappointed. And I'm going to have to handle myself a lot better because I could be like a caged animal that, might loses himself. And I'm going to have to call a therapist right after the game if we do lose the game.
Right. Can I just tell you how the last couple hours have gone this Monday? I'm worried about your mentals if Michigan wins.
That's okay. That's a friend. If we're coaching ball inside of Will's body, that's outside noise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying the outside action. I don't know what's going inside your body, but the outside action is like, is Will okay right now? And it's Monday.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. But this is our first big test. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is me any big test we have. And if I'm thinking like, hey, we can win this game, like this is Willie C 24/7 with the Huskers.
I love it.
This game does mean more, but it's listen, we're going to be fine.
Tell them about our beautiful guest we have today, Will.
The Miz. Just a specimen of a human being. Good looking cat.
Handsome boy.
I think he gets here in a few minutes. Miz is here.
Wow.
Oh, the Miz is here.
The Miz is here.
Here.
He's in the building.
He is in the building. He's ready to come on the bus when you boys are ready.
Here's all I hear. Run this through the chain. If Miz can talk some ball, he can come on right now and we can talk some ball.
Can Miz hear me right now?
He can.
Mr. Miz?
Mr. Miz, you there?
Taylor, hey.
Hold on. JP, ask him if he knows ball.
It's the Miz. Hey. Taylor.
Does he love ball?
I'm not doing the role play thing with you again. Because I see the row spicy tear talk on here, and I remember the back and forth that you and Will had.
Ugh.
Tough.
I
Tough and beautiful. What are you saying?
I gotta move cameras, so before.
Oh, let's get real quick. Let me just talk to you about Roe, real fast. We'll get the Miz on here in a moment, but let's just talk about Roe. Roe Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treated for guys who need a secret weapon against offense.
I'll have 2 of them in this weekend.
Roe Sparks can give guys bigger, thicker, longer erections because they get fuller. After Roe Sparks dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off their first order of Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with the provider at ro.co/bussin to find if a prescription Roe Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/bussin for $15 off your first order. Compounded drugs are permitted and prescribed under federal law but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. For full safety information, go to ro.co/safety info.
Miz is entering the building.
Miz is entering the building.
I was very disappointed. I was like, I walked in the other side.
Got a suit on.
Of course I did.
My
I walked
God.
in the other side and I was so angry. I was like, wait
What's
a
up,
second.
brother?
This
Taylor,
is
good
an
to meet you.
office. Nice to meet
Yeah.
you. So I don't want to be in an office. I want to be in a bus. I was like, I thought it was a bus.
You look sharp.
Of course.
Yeah, you look
I
fantastic. Are you
I want to
coming in?
dress up for you guys.
Photo of him sitting with you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Got to hit the deliverables.
Yeah, give it up.
Maybe I'll come right there.
No doubt about it. We're just moving cameras.
So is this
real
the
quick.
original?
It is the
Yeah.
original.
Really? And you
Oh,
brought
yeah.
it? I was telling your guys over on the other side, I was like, I was expecting, like, in the middle of a field, just a bus. And literally you walk on the bus, and that's what I was expecting. I was literally expecting to walk on. I was not expecting, like, it was a huge... You guys
Got a
like,
warehouse, we got
this
some
is a
stuff
huge
going on.
warehouse. It's big. You got tons of stuff going
But
on.
it
Yeah.
didn't start like this. It started in the back of a gravel parking lot.
It started how
Okay,
you.
that's what I
yeah.
expected. I
How
wanted
you
that.
expected it, that's the
But
origin
that's
story.
what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I wanted my
you gotta give it
experience
to
Going
to
on
be
a
like.
generator, we would have had to
Toys.
cut the AC because it makes too much noise, and we would have been sweating. You would have been really
It
sweating
would
in
have
that
been really
three-piece.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have done it though. I would have been.
'Cause you're a grinder.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the grind. Let's go.
You're a man of the grind.
right.
Absolutely. So what we just did right now, just recently, was read. Are we rolling right now? What we did just recently, we read an ad for Rose Sparks, and we usually do like a spicy little tier talk that goes with it. Sherman, what's the category today?
Celebrity crushes.
Celebrity crushes.
So okay, I think this is a good ice breaking situation for the Miz himself. Okay, 'cause you seem like a ladies' man. You seem like a guy that can handle his business between the sheets.
I do have a wife.
Okay,
She's beautiful.
and I'm sure before.
And I love her to
And then
death.
and your
And he
wife, I'm
handles
sure
that
she's beautiful and
business.
amazing as well. Celebrity crushes though.
When I was a kid,
When you were a kid. Now, the way tier talk works is you can have an honorable mention if you want, if
Okay.
you'd like, if there's more than 3. Then we're going to go to tier 3. And we're going to say, this is my third place person. Tier 2, and then finally your tier 1 will be it.
okay, I have my tier 1.
Right. And out of respect for you and you getting comfortable on the bus, I'm going to have Will Compton go first.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to have Will Compton go first
Okay.
because I've got 2 in my head, but I got 3. Actually, I'm good to go.
How many do I need?
3.
You need 3.
You need
Okay.
3.
And if you have
Okay.
more, you can just start throwing out honorable mentions.
Right,
Okay, got
right,
it.
because this might turn into like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
It is going to turn into that because it's hard for me to think about all of my celebrity crushes throughout life. I
Yeah.
do have some that jump out at me. I know I'll just say this for my tier 3. When I was a young little boy, I loved Poison Ivy in Batman. Poison. I had the poster. I might have kissed the poster a couple times.
Ooh.
I was young.
You were
That's
that
okay.
kid, huh?
Yeah, I was that kid.
Yeah, dial it in.
Yeah. My tier 2, I'm going to say Topanga from Boy Meets World. Massive crush
That's
for your
a good
boy.
pull.
And my tier 1, listen, this is Margot Robbie. This is the top spot. Margot Robbie, Wolf of Wall Street. Like,
Wait, how old are you?
I was
Like,
older.
That's like 5 years ago.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
one where even with my wife, it gets a little
Will's
awkward.
married, has kids.
Okay, yeah.
And
I have a
horny.
wife. She knows I love Margot Robbie.
Okay.
We might watch the Hall Pass movie, and I might be like, "Hey, Margot Robbie," and
You
she
think
might
she'd
say
give it to you?
somebody. No.
What would be hers? Like, what would be like, hey, you want
She
Margot?
has no, but that's where I'd have to shut it down. I think.
Okay.
I heard Charles say a lot of things about the guy who hosted the Netflix show Battle Camp. Have you heard that? Like, I don't
on
know
Netflix,
if that's
right? Yeah.
that's on Netflix. Yeah, I didn't get renewed for
show.
season 2.
Big show.
So good, though.
Who was the host of
Uma
Battle
Thurman
Camp?
was
Let
the
me
Poison
see.
Ivy, and then...
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
good.
there,
Look
yeah,
at
there he
that
is.
outfit.
There he is.
And I got to give an honorable mention to Patty Mayonnaise from Doug. Got to give an honorable mention to Patty Mayonnaise from
My
Doug.
favorite cartoon growing up as a kid.
Yes, sir.
Nickelodeon,
Sweet.
and oh my God, yeah, Doug?
Yeah?
Doug.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Patty
Yeah,
had
it's
it.
not da-da-da, it's Doug, right? They're saying Doug in the song.
They got you.
Isn't
All
it
those.
Doug?
I thought it was da da da. Maybe it is.
I
Yeah,
don't
I think it's worth a Google.
I feel like it was like, I don't know, man.
The Miz
you
is
got
fitted
Skeeter?
Yeah.
Skeeter.
Yeah, Skeeter.
Oh yeah, Mr. Miz, please keep that microphone closer to your face, just
Got
for everyone who's listening. My tier
My
3.
voice projects.
It does.
It does. Okay, sometimes I pop.
That's okay.
I
That's
don't
why
want
he's
pop
got he's
these
got a
guys.
big
I got one
fluff
of
on
the
top of his
Hectors.
microphone because he's a popper as well.
All right.
My tier 3, and I'm having a hard time kind of like putting these everywhere, but Cameron Diaz, Charlie's Angels,
Good
growing
one.
up.
Oh, I forgot Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, Pamela Anderson's the other one. We'll give her the honorable mention. That can be for all of us, unless you disagree.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go yet.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I didn't
Yeah,
go
you're
yet.
right. You're right. Oh, also, dude, I'm not even doing my own show. So after Tier Talk, we go around the room and we give one word to describe how we feel about the individual's Tier Talk. So for Will, I'll say hyphenated, spot on.
Oh, you like old Poison Ivy?
Yeah. Mitchie, go ahead.
Good.
Hyphenated roast sparks.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Just one word.
Welcome to the show, Matt.
Yeah.
That's 2 words.
Solid. Just solid.
Okay. Mr. Miss.
Fire.
Oh,
There we go.
very nice. So Cameron Diaz is my tier 3. My tier 2 is going to go to. It's going to have to go to Topanga. It's going to go to Topanga from Boy Meets World. I think every kid, first off, the show, the lessons it teaches you. Incredible. Mr. Feeney on the other side of the fence. But anytime Topanga walked into that screen and that same hallway that with all the locker rooms or they're in the cafe, it's like, that's our girl. That's our girl that we grew up with. How old are you?
Are you gonna vote for her on Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, I've kind of fallen off the Topanga
Wow.
train since.
Wow.
I'm really
Okay.
going back in my
I understand,
childhood.
but this
I
is
don't
your
really know.
childhood. She's
Yeah.
gonna be on Dance with the Stars. She needs your vote.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I will.
Okay.
I think that's a good point. I need to support.
I'm shocked you guys aren't on Dancing with the Stars yet.
I'm shocked too.
Huh? I mean, would you do it?
Yeah, absolutely, I would do.
You
it.
would?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'd try. I'd give it my best shot.
Yeah, I think that'd be,
I don't know if I move very well, but I would love.
Danny
I'd be
Amendola
open to-
did a
yeah.
great job last
Yeah,
year. He was with
Danny
my
Amendola.
bro.
Yeah, you get some really good training. I feel like.
He's a unique
Oh, yes,
white
you do.
boy, though. He's a unique white boy. My tier 1. I forgot who it is. Oh, no, I didn't. My tier 1 is Mila Kunis from That 70s Show.
Oh, wow.
That's a good
I
one.
loved Mila Kunis. To this day, I think she's beautiful. She's incredible. I just can't say enough about her. Big fan.
Okay.
Big fan. And that is my tier talk.
Love it.
Solid.
Love.
Yeah.
Hyphenated nailed it.
Can I give one more? Oh, yeah.
Rocket.
She's a rocket.
Yeah.
Mm.
One more honorable mention. It has to go Megan Fox and Transformers.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That is my tier talk.
There's this gal too in the music video. I like the way you move. Dun-dun-dun. In that music video, there's a gal. She's a dark skin that I
Who is
was into.
Who's the girl? She's a super famous model. She was in the everybody get out.
Emily Ratajkowski.
Yeah, okay, Mitch. I knew he'd fall for that one. Yeah, that one. That moved it around too. That moved it around.
Well, that was
also.
the first time that you're like, wait, this is a music video?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is not PG.
This should not be allowed at all.
PG-13. This is not rated R.
Right.
This is
right.
a little much.
Yeah, I remember also the first time the WAP music video came out, and I saw it in the locker room at the Titans with Russ Grimm, who was our coach. He's like 65 years old, a Hall of Fame guy, and watching that with all the guys, it was like those ladies are too much for me. I would not be able to handle that in the bedroom, but it was an aggressive deal.
That was her. That was her.
That was an
shirt.
aggressive deal.
Yeah, that was her. Yeah.
Do I get to go
And
now?
also, shout,
yeah.
And also shout
You
out.
are the guest of
Hey,
the show.
Megan Good. Shout out Megan Good as well.
Very
Shout out-
good.
I'll go ahead, Miss.
All right. So, all right. My tier talk. All right. Here we go. So, do we do honorable mentions first or last?
You can do it now if you want.
I'll do third place.
Okay.
Third place. I might be a little older than you guys, and I think I am. So, I'm going to go with Saved by the Bell, Kelly Kapowski,
Great pull.
Tiffany
Good pull.
Amber
Great
Thiessen.
pull. Great pull.
And since we're going with cartoons, I mean, you and Panty Mayonnaise. I mean, if you want to go with a cartoon, you go with Jessica Rabbit.
Likes curves.
Do you not even know
Likes
who
curves.
I feel like
Tell me the show.
it's not a show, it's a movie. Who Framed
Woman
Roger
in
Rabbit?
And a red dress,
Look,
cocktail dress, big bazongas, big
Great
big backs.
pull. Great pull. I got to give
I
it
mean,
to
I
you.
can't
yeah.
believe you didn't even know who that. Have you been seeing Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I might be in a.
I don't know if I have. I don't think I have.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 40, turning 45.
Oh, so you and Will are the same age.
No. I'm turning 36.
He's turning 46 on September 19th.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Day before my daughter. Okay, and number one is Pamela Anderson. When I was a kid growing up, there was nothing bigger than Baywatch, nothing bigger than
Yes.
Pamela Anderson.
Yes.
Honorable mentions, I had posters of Shania Twain. A
Nice.
huge poster of Shania
Canadian.
Twain on my wall. And for some reason, Victoria Silverstead, I think I just found that at the local Spencer's. And I was just like, this is a hot chick. Let's just put her on the
Yeah.
wall.
Can we get a picture of it? I don't even know who that is. Victoria Silverstone? Is that what it was?
Erica Lydiak was the first Playboy I ever saw.
Nice. Dude, there was a place down 8th Avenue. I don't know how familiar you are with Nashville, but they have this place called Cool Stuff, Weird Things. And I walked in there when my wife and I first met, and they had like 5 or 6 like shelves full of like old Playboy vintage magazines. And I bought like a bunch of them for like $20. And it's like it was a different world back then in the 70s.
Yeah.
Different world back then.
Well, in
going
his
on.
decade, it's like, I know we got
Thanks,
you on the
man.
show. We
Yeah,
Thanks.
old.
Back in his day.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, what was it like in the magazine era?
Oh my God. I mean, it was.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
one word.
I remember a time when there wasn't an internet.
Yeah.
Do you remember a time when there's no internet?
Yes.
Like I remember
when
but
it
I
came
was
out.
young. Like, what was the year that the internet came out?
2006 or sorry,
No,
1996 or 7 was
yeah,
like when the internet.
around then I'm like 8 years old, 7, 8 years old.
Okay,
So
so
not
I'm going
really.
into high school.
Yeah.
So like I remember the AOL and I remember like the dial-up version where it takes an hour just to do anything. Like I
Yeah.
remember those days. It's crazy.
Then you make a mistake in a conversation, you sign out, sign in. Hey, I got hacked.
Yeah,
basically.
Just change your name to a bunch of lyrics or something.
Simpler
somebody was on my
times back
profile.
then too, man. Like this right here, standing by that, and having the FOMO of knowing all your friends are online
You'd
as
go
well.
outside and play.
Yeah,
That's what we did. Like we played all day instead of being online all day.
Yeah. What
But
was
also
it
we
like?
played video games, right? Nintendo.
64 guy,
Huh? No, I was a original
OG
Nintendo.
Nintendo
Yeah,
guy.
OG
Really?
Sega
Nintendo guy,
Genesis?
Sega Genesis. Oh my God. That was the one for me. Like I liked it better than Super Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
saying you like the Sega more, right?
I like Sega way
Yes,
more.
I like
like
Sega
Sonic
too.
the Hedgehog. I'm a big fan
Were
of it.
you? Did you play Madden on Sega? Where you had to like double tap the buttons when you?
I wasn't a big Madden
40?
guy. I was more of like a Mortal Kombat guy.
Nice.
So like
yes.
I liked the Sega Genesis version because there was blood, and then the Super Nintendo didn't have blood. So I liked the Sega Genesis.
Then
version.
you'd be crushed when Mom would tell you we got to go take it back to Best Buy.
What do you mean?
Like
Best Buy?
take it back to the video game store.
Blockbuster.
Oh my God,
Oh yeah, not
Blockbuster.
Best
I was
Buy.
like,
that's
well,
how,
I was
that's
like,
my fault. Yeah,
Blockbuster. Yeah, back
Yeah.
in the day. Yeah, but I mean, my parents would buy me the stuff usually.
Nice.
Oh, all right.
I don't mean-
Congrats.
I don't mean to-
Yeah.
Congrats
I
on
had
my
my
way.
way. I had my
right
ways.
here.
Yeah, I had my
I
way.
need to rent stuff. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Neo Geo. You probably don't remember that. TurboGrafx 16.
No.
Like these are like very. They weren't like as popular as the Nintendos or the Sega Genesis, but man, they were the best.
64 to this day is my favorite game console of all time.
And what's the game that you would go
The game for me is Super Smash Brothers.
007.
Oh, really?
Huge Super Smash guy. Loved play. Like I remember I was big Link Kirby guy, and then I got to college, and there's this kid named Jack Greenlee who like knew how to play with all the characters really well, and I learned this character Ness, and I kind of became unstoppable.
Nice.
I love 007 GoldenEye.
Oh
007
yeah, I mean yeah, that's a
Proximity
NFL
mines.
Blitz 97 2000. Like
I'm a Super Tecmo Bowl guy.
really?
You're not?
No.
Oh my gosh, that is like the game of all games. Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen,
That's what
you
everybody
were
says, Bo
unstoppable
Jackson.
if you played with
Dude,
with
the Miz knows more ball than us.
the Raiders, man.
The
The
Miz
Raiders.
understands. We still have to give one word to describe
Oh, thanks.
Senor Miz.
Incredible.
Let's do it.
Aged.
Weather.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfection.
Fine wine. Hyphenated.
Hyphenated The Miz.
Oh.
Legendary. Thank you.
Stellar.
I see we're going in the back already. Making our guests feel comfortable.
The
That's good.
one thing we didn't do. This is our Bud Light interview.
And this Bud Light interview, Miz, if you're wondering, have you had a Bud Light before? Yeah, my man. Bud Light is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL Draft, Tight End U, the UFC, Shane Gillis' 2025 tour. Bud Light partners include Peyton Manning, George Kittle, Taylor Lewan, Baker Mayfield, Will Compton, Emmitt Smith, Shane Gillis, Post Malone, Dustin Poirier. Stock up on Bud Light now. Head to www.budlight.com/locator to find a store near you. Easy to drink, easy to
Wait, where is
enjoy.
that? That is a collection of a party I want to be a part of. My God, that
His
sounds
group?
like a blast.
Shane Gillis, Post Malone, Dustin Poirier, Taylor Lewan, Will Compton, Baker Mayfield, Emmitt Smith, Peyton Manning, George Kittle.
It's a good party.
I mean,
That's
buddy,
a good time.
Buddy. That's a good crew of boys right there.
That is.
It's a good crew of hangouts. But yeah, dude, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And you were talking before, I don't know if we were running during it.
Comes
but you-
on right away. We're talking celebrity crushes, dick
Yeah.
pills, Playboy
right,
magazines.
and good on you for never wavering, right? You get on, hey, you look like a handsome guy, you must have crushed it. Boom, I'm married. I'm like, hey, we all are too. We're just saying. But you've handled yourself in a way that's like you're fitting right in right
Because
away.
my wife is hotter than all of them.
Nice fucking.
I'll take my wife over any woman, any day, all day, every day.
And I don't know if I know this correctly, but you met your wife while hosting a TV show?
WWE. So WWE had a show called The Diva Search, where we'd find the next WWE women's superstar. And my wife was a contestant. I was the host. And our first interaction was on TV, and you can literally watch. She didn't speak English; she spoke French. Yeah, so she spoke zero. So imagine this woman coming from Montreal, spoke zero English, and she's trying out to be a WWE superstar.
Yeah.
Like, how crazy is that? And then she goes in there and she's like, I am going to give 110. I'm like, whoa. I don't want this cookie cutter answer. Give me a real answer. I want the real. That's actually it right there. And she was like, I don't speak English. So I was like, speaking French. And then she would give us these answers in French. And like, you didn't know what she was saying, but you knew what she was saying,
Yeah,
right?
you felt it.
But there was something there. There was always been something there.
So how does that process, like you're filming the show, obviously there's days and days of shooting. You're the host, so you have to stay focused. But there's this beautiful woman over there in the corner that's speaking French in a tongue you don't understand, but you're looking over like, hey, this could be something.
He'd love to read the
Well,
captions.
honestly,
Yeah,
I didn't
like
think it could be something.
Right.
I mean, I was looking at her like, this girl's out of my league. I don't think I don't think I could get a woman like this.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, like our first date was she got signed to W. She didn't win the Diva Search. She got signed to WWE. She was down in developmental. She was coming up to the main roster where I was. And so I invited her. I said, hey, we're all going out after the show, because that's what we do. We go out, find a place to eat that's open at 11 o'clock. So that's when our show ends. And so we went to this pizza place. She didn't sit at my table. She sat at another table, which I thought was very intriguing. I was like,
Chess.
okay, all right, let's play. So then after the place let out, everyone left and we stayed in the parking lot and talked. And we just talked. And by the way, it was broken English, but I still understood what she was saying. We had great conversation. And so we started driving. Like, we were like, it's getting late. We need to go back to the hotel. And so we started driving, and I'm like, pull over. And there was this, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like an adult store.
Yeah.
And I was
Nice.
like, I don't want to be in the friend zone. I want to make sure this girl knows, like, I'm a catch. Like, I'm here to play, you know?
Yeah.
So we go into this place, and it was like in Wichita, Kansas, you know? And it's not like
One of those super mega stores.
not the classiest place you'd want to take
the Midwestern
a
adult
first date.
stores.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little rough.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
walk in, there's like gags everywhere. I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, she was just like, I'm like, get into that or that? What about that? What about that?
Oh shit.
How's that? Well, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to. You want to play chess? You want to play checkers? Let's go.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You're
then
drawing a line in the
we
sand
go
immediately.
outside. We go outside, and we ended up talking for like, I would say like until our plane, until the morning came, and we went straight to the plane. And I remember I got off my flight and went straight to a Barnes and Noble and got, like, because we didn't have Duolingo back then, I got like a book that tried to teach me how to speak French, because I was like, I got to learn French. I mean, if I can only I remember telling myself, if I only get a girl like this, I'd be truly happy.
Mhm.
And then there I am. Got
No
her.
way.
You
Yeah,
learned some
man.
French?
Huh?
Did you learn some French?
I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm still
in the
trying,
process.
man. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm on day 1,000 on Duolingo, and it is not, I mean, I can read it. I can read some of the stuff, but it's hard to talk about it. And the reason I wanted to start where I really started being like, I need to speak French, is when I got daughters. And I was like, wait a second. They're not going to hear us speak French in the household, so they're not going to pick up French, because my wife only speaks French with her mom, and she speaks English now. So I was like, man, I need to start picking it up so my daughters pick up French. It's like, it's amazing what you'll do. Like, you're like, my wife, I'll learn a bit of oui, comment allez-vous, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll learn that stuff. But then for the kids, it's like, all right, I gotta start hammering down. So I'm trying, but it's very difficult.
Are the kids doing better than you are?
No. I mean, they know but also they're 5 and 7, right?
Yeah.
So they know they know they can count to 20. They can have a couple lines here and there, but they're not fluent
Yeah.
like I'd want them to be.
Right. I feel like they're gonna pick it. Like, I have 2 daughters as well, 8 and 5, and my oldest is learning Mandarin. My youngest
Wait,
is
what?
Yeah.
Where?
She takes a class like with a teacher via Zoom, essentially, like twice a week, and she's like learning about it. She's obsessed with like China, like the
She
China,
wanted to?
I guess China.
Chinese?
Yeah.
Chinese?
Yeah, the Chinese. Yeah, she's obsessed with it. It's like, it started with dragons, it started How to Train Your Dragon, and then she figured out that dragons are big in like the Chinese culture, so she became obsessed with the Chinese culture, and then she's like, I want to learn Mandarin. We're like, all right, dude.
You know who
So-
speaks Mandarin?
Who?
John Cena.
No, I think I did
Fluent.
know that actually.
That's right. I think JP told us that.
I was actually just telling a story about this. People were like, what's one thing that you remember, that you always remember about John Cena? And I remember us being on a European tour, and he had flashcards, and like a child in elementary school.
Yeah.
And on one side was Mandarin, on the other side was the English version. So he was practicing his Mandarin on the European tour. Like, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I wanted to learn Mandarin. And so WWE has this program where if you want to learn a language, they'll pay for it all. So he's like, I took him up on the offer. I thought it'd be great to learn Mandarin. And so he knows it. And so I'll never forget watching Trainwreck and him speaking Mandarin. I was like, that's improv right there. Because I know he knows Mandarin, and it's like that he's improving right there.
Dog, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
He seems well put together, dude.
Very well put together.
He does.
I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
When you're coming up through the ranks of the WWE, is that the guy you look at and you're like, that's the kind of career I want to have?
Yeah. Of course. When I was coming up, he was the top guy. He was in like WWE champion. And I got to be on live events meaning non-televised shows that we have. And we have tons of those, right? Or we did. And so I got the opportunity to actually work in a ring with him. And I don't know about you guys in football, but when you work with a person that is an above and beyond different level than you are, especially for an up and comer. Like I imagine rookies in NFL come in there and they think they know everything. They're all like, yeah, I can block. I can do everything, you know? Yeah. And then you're like, dude, you don't have any idea what you're doing. And then you take that guy aside and you show him, you see the light bulb go off and you're like, oh, wow. And the guy becomes a sponge. That's what I felt like I was to John Cena. I got in the ring with him and he was like, listen. And I'm like, I'm listening to the audience. I hear them chanting, you suck. He's like, you're not listening. You're not listening to them. You're not hearing them. And so he taught me how to actually hear an audience and what to do with that audience. And that's one of the biggest things that I've learned from John Cena is how to listen to an audience, hear an audience, and know what to do with that audience.
Yeah.
Is there an example that you can call to that you could practically like show us or tell us, like the audience is doing something, you might have thought one thing, or maybe you weren't hearing it at all. And it's like, oh, when the audience is doing this,
what if the audience is doing nothing? What if you come out and the audience is tired? They've been watching 3 hours of wrestling. They're tired. They just had a huge segment where The Rock comes out, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out, and they're just exhausted. And now you have to come out. And you're in a match that's a cold match that no one, like, it's literally like you're in a feud with a guy that literally just happened today. And it's like, we're just going to have this match. We have to get the crowd up and at him. So how do you get that crowd up and at him? You have to hear him. You have to listen to him. Okay, when I first walk out into the arena, I'm listening. I'm hearing a crowd. Where are they at? Should they be higher? Should they be lower? Do I need them? Where do I need them to be? So then when I get in the ring, I start listening and just hearing who they're cheering for, what they're doing. And then, it's literally like listening and being like, okay, what does this crowd need? Does they need to pick me up? Do they need to slow it down? It's all these types of situations.
What's like your Rolodex of like pick me ups? If you hear like a dead crowd or something.
If I hear a dead crowd,
coming out.
Sometimes it's like an easy one is just a babyface hits the ring and you just blow him up and just start beating the holy hell out of him. And it's like, oh, whoa. And you do big stuff. Like, you throw him on a table, boom. You throw him into the barricade, boom. Throw him into the stairs, boom. Oh my God. Oh, what is going on? And it's like, oh, this guy is beating this guy's up. I want this guy. And then they'll start cheering. They'll be like, come on, man. You got this.
Yeah.
So
and then if the crowd's high, is it like more of an anticipation build up?
I'm riding the wave.
Make them want a little bit more. So
say if the crowd is like really into the good guy and I'm the bad guy and I think they're at the top. I'm going to shut that baby face down because I'm going to get them down. And then I'm going to build them back up and make them want to see a baby face, as we call comeback. They want to see, like, if they're at their highest, they're like, he does a flip to the outside, boom, nails me. The crowd is going, oh my God, this is awesome. This throws me back in. I cut him off. I beat him up. Boo. Yeah. And now maybe I just start taunting the crowd. Yeah, that's your hero. That's who you like. And now you'll start hearing the crowd. Yeah, that is who I like. Leave him alone, man. Leave him alone. And then they'll start doing a slow chant. And it's like, okay, they're starting to come. Now I got to give them a little more. Because the crowd is like, if the crowd starts cheering for the guy, you got to give him something. Got to give him something. So it's like, you have him block my punch. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, shut him down again. Until they're ready for the big triumphant comeback of a good guy babyface. So that's kind of like,
God damn,
That's
it is a
interesting,
science
bro.
out
I'm
here,
glad I'm
huh?
allowed to talk about this because it's like we have a show on Netflix called Unreal where we just unleashed everything, and we were like, hey, we have writers that help us write everything. Like, I love the show on Netflix, the Unreal, because it really shows people exactly what we do. People are just like, oh, this is easy. I could do that.
Or it's
I
all
could do that.
choreographed.
And then you get them in, or choreograph or whatever. But and then it's like you get them in the ring, and they're like, whoa, this is a lot different than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like we're always talking in there. We're always trying to figure things out. It's, I love it because it's an art form that is unlike anything else. And I always thought that WWE has prepared me for everything in entertainment, right? Like you need me to host a show, I can do it. Why? Because I've been literally in a live crowd, one take. You don't get any other takes. We're just live. We don't have teleprompters. We don't have guys holding a sign to give us we have our whole promo and everything in our minds, in our heads. And by the way, sometimes it changes. Sometimes you go out into an audience and they're just not feeling that promo and you need to figure out how to wake them up.
Right.
Like
things aren't going according to plan, whether or not it's like,
and by the way, sometimes the bad guy can turn good guy. You might be in bizarro world where you go to like Europe, and I mean, in Europe, I'm usually the bad guy. I walk out and they're cheering me and they're singing my song. And I'm like, well, this is interesting. Now I can make them hate me, or we could go with this. And usually it's like, I look at the guy across from me and I'm like, does this guy, can he get it?
Right. Are you guys saying we got to kind of adjust?
We got to adjust.
Yeah. What's the chemistry between the two of you?
Yeah, exactly. And so then you look at each other and you're like, all right, let's do it. And you could feel the energy and you could feel it like, and it's fun. That's what makes it fun. It's like, it's improv.
Dude,
when you walk into a ring and you think they're going to hate you, but they end up loving you, and you look at the guy, does that change the outcome of what's going to happen for you guys?
We always want to make sure that our stories are told, right? We have a set plan because we have PLEs, where we are leading to a certain type of match. But there have been times where things have changed. You never know what's going to happen with a live audience and a live show. Things change like that. I mean, there were times where I was going to be a WWE champion, and then I was told like hour before, yep, it's not going to happen.
No shit.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Certain things
give
happen.
us some inside ball on that.
Certain things happen, right? So I remember there was like, I think CM Punk left the show and he took the title with him. So they made up, I guess, a paper champion, or whatever. Like they brought a championship and said, hey, if he's leaving the show, he's gone. He put the title in a refrigerator. Like that was the big meme. So they're going to have a tournament. And I think I went up against Rey Mysterio, and I was going to beat Rey Mysterio. Then I was going to beat John Cena, and I was going to be a champion. And then they switched it because usually we like babyface versus heel, right? Bad guy versus good guy. But then in this certain instance, especially back then, it would have been babyface versus babyface, Rey versus Cena. And they were like, you need a bad guy versus a good guy. So I was the bad guy. But then it was like, well, it's two huge monumental baby faces that are Rey Mysterio and John Cena. Let them go at it. And I think Rey ended up winning that title. But yeah, there was a moment there where I would have been a double champion there.
So if you go, it's an hour before the show starts. It's obviously very exciting, whether it's written or not, that you're going to be the face of this franchise. And then somebody has to walk into a suit, walks into a room and says, actually, we've changed the script. This is what's now happening. How are you handling that internally?
If someone told me you're the guy and then they told me you're not the guy,
right?
I'm more of a person that I was like, all right, I'll make them believe I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that if you give me 10 seconds on a television show, I am going to make sure that you remember those 10 seconds. No matter what is dealt to me, I will make sure it's remembered. You can give me any type of line and I will make sure. Or I'll do my best to do it. Sometimes I fail, sometimes I succeed.
Right.
So it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Do you see a lot of examples of guys who don't handle the politics of it when something like that happens? They don't handle it well.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. I mean, they usually whenever, I mean, it happens all the time where you believe your story should go a certain way. It's in your head. But the big, the execs are looking at it and going, that's not what we want. That's not where we're going with this. Like I'm always pitching ideas, always. Even right now, I'm in year 20 and I'm always pitching ideas, always trying to elevate myself and elevate the company as a whole. And sometimes I'm in their stories and sometimes I'm not. And it's my job to make sure that they never forget me.
Right.
Never forget that, hey, who I am and where I am and what I'm going to do for this company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's crazy. I was like the Vince McMahon one on Netflix where you see the kind of unfoldings of like Hulk Hogan and then you see the Bret Hart stuff go down. It's just like, man, it's a different world on the inside of the WWE.
So we talk about this all the time in the show. Like Will grew up watching WWE a lot. And it's like, I think a massive piece that I missed in my childhood. Because I never get to like invest in. I hear Will get on with guys like George Kittle, and they start just like broing out over it. I'm over here sitting on the sidelines in the dark room, being like, I wish I knew what they were.
You didn't grow up in the Midwest around those adult stores. It was like you had the adult stores. You had NASCAR. You had WWE wrestling.
Right.
Bill Goldberg trying to stay undefeated. WCW. WWF at the time, then it transitions. But yeah, we loved it growing up. We interrupt this episode to bring you Simply Safe. What do you feel is near and dear to your heart that you want to keep safe? Your family, your kids, your new car in your garage. Traditional security systems only take action after someone has already broken in, and that's too late. Simply Safe is setting the new standard in in-home security with active guard outdoor protection. Simply Safe's monitoring agents can help prevent break-ins before they happen. They have AI-powered cameras backed by live professional monitoring agents that monitor your property and detect suspicious activity. If someone's lurking around or acting suspiciously, those agents see and talk to them in real time, activate spotlights, and even contact the police, helping to proactively deter threats before they can escalate into a crisis. You can get 50% off your new Simply Safe system with professional monitoring and your first month free at simplysafe.com/bussin. Again, that's simplysafe.com/bussin. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
We are also brought to you by Lucy. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/bussin and use promo code bussin. That's BUSSIN to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy. If you change your mind, again, boys, listen to me now. That's lucy.co and use code bussin to get 20% off. Let's get into this episode. 20 years ago when you're getting into this game, what is that process like for you? Like through the range, you're talking about the live events,
I don't know if you guys even know this. The Real World?
It's in my notes.
Yeah,
it's in your notes, but do you know The Real World? Like, did you grow up watching it at all?
Real World, Road Rules.
Yeah.
I would watch those. I knew of Real World, but it wasn't like glued to it. Like you got the niche audience that like loves all the reality TV stuff.
So back in the day in like, I would say the late 90s, early 2000s, Real World was the show. MTV was the network.
They had
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
It was the network. And it was TRL. It was Real World. It was Road Rules. It was The Challenge. It was where every teen and 20-something wanted to be. It's where it's what you watched. And I got the opportunity. I remember I was in college. I was at Miami of Ohio at a Theta Chi fraternity, my fraternity. And I was watching the show and they said, do you want to try out for the Real World? It was like Real World New Orleans, season 9. Mm-hmm. And I said, hell yeah, I want to try out for that show. So I tried out and I went through a bunch of auditions. I'm talking, I had a 50-page application asking everything, anything about my life. Back then, we didn't have cell phones. So they would call you and you'd put on a speakerphone and you'd have a camera with a VHS like tape in it, and you'd press record and you'd talk to that camera while they're asking you questions, and you'd send that VHS tape back to them and then they would watch it.
No
and then,
shit.
Yeah, that was
The
how
process,
we did it.
yeah.
That's how we did it back in my day. So then I went through, I would say like 5 interviews and got on to their casting special, which was the first time ever they brought Real World and Road Rules, 28 people, only 13 were going to make it. 7 on Real World, 6 on Road Rules. You didn't know which one you were going to be on if you made it at all. So by the end of the 3 days, I made it onto the show, and I did the Real World, created a character called The Miz, WWE superstar, because I thought I was, at least. I didn't had any plans of being a wrestler at all. I didn't think I could. I was 6'0", 200 nothing pounds. Like I wasn't like this tremendous athlete. I could play, but I wasn't like this above and beyond. There's just no way. Like I couldn't be the Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior, the Rock, or Stone Cold Steve Austin. That just, there's no way. Right. So I just created a character, thought it would be funny. And once I created the character, it kind of took off. And I was like, man, when I remember leaving the show, like when it was done, it was like 6 months of filming, got paid really nothing. Would have done it for free anyway, just because of the experience. Went back home to Cleveland. And I remember staring at myself in the mirror and going, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? I'm like, am I going to go back to Miami of Ohio and have business classes that I can't stand, that I'm basically getting D's and failing out? Or am I going to pursue something that I truly am passionate about? Because where I'm from, and I don't know, maybe Midwest, like where I'm from, it's like you go to high school. After high school, you go to college. After college, you go back to where you're from and you get a job.
Yes.
And that's what you do. You get a family, and that's what you do for the rest of your life. And that is your life that's set out for you.
Yep.
And so that was my trajectory. But going on the real world made me realize maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe I could do something different. Maybe I could do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And
Maybe I don't have to be a PE coach.
Yeah.
That
So,
coaches the
Right,
football
right.
team.
Yeah.
so I said, you know what? I'm gonna find a wrestling school, and I'm gonna go and train to be a professional wrestler. And everyone laughed at me. My dad was like, you are not doing that. You're going to college. You're going back to college. You're staying in Cleveland. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna move. So I got on a challenge right after the real world. Once I got on the challenge, I won that challenge and made $50,000. I used that $50,000 to move to Los Angeles, got a wrestling school that I paid $5,000, I believe, for. I went into improv classes at Groundlings and Improv Olympics. I got an acting coach. And so I was trying to find all the tools that would get me to where I wanted to be with WWE, right? And also I tried to find a nutritionist. I was going to Gold's Gym Venice because I thought that's where the big boys play, right?
Yeah,
That's how I can get
yeah.
big, you know? So I didn't get big. I mean, I got fat because I was just trying to eat as much as possible to get, because I was 200 pounds. I thought like you had to be 260 pure solid muscle.
Right.
How
Gotta
do
be
you
a
get like back
gladiator.
then? You didn't have all this information about, you gotta get your macros in, and we didn't
Right,
have
right.
macros back then. You know, you just ate like burritos or whatever just
And
to
if you're
get
at
it
Gold
big.
Gym's Venice Beach, you also have a syringe in your hand. You're like, hey, we're going to figure out the
That's
best
one thing I
possible-
never got
Yeah.
into though.
Right.
So I was just like, these guys must be, I thought it was like, and this is dummy me, right? I thought they were just eating more,
Yeah.
you know?
These guys are
Peanut
so
butter
vascular, and they
sandwiches.
also have like 280 of just pure muscle.
Yeah,
Gotta be the protein. That's
It has
all
to
it is.
be,
That's
right?
all it is. Yeah.
it's gotta be.
So okay, so you move there.
He was on with Theo.
Yeah.
You know, what was
Yeah.
Theo
You know-
like? He really doesn't talk about.
He doesn't, does he?
He
No.
doesn't talk
It's
about
really
the real world
interesting.
stuff.
So
Theo's trajectory of life is incredible to see.
I
mean,
remember
from
his
this-
first stand-up.
Really?
So I remember when we were on a bus and we were on Battle of Sexes Part 2, I think, or Battle of the Seasons Part 2, something like that. It was one of those ones where we were in New Mexico and we were going to a club and we had this bus and we had a microphone and people were doing karaoke. And I remember Theo telling us like that year, he's like, yeah, I'm starting up comedy. And we were all like, comedy, like stand-up comedy? Good for you. That's great. And we were like, do your stand-up. Do your stand-up. Come on, Theo. And no one thought he would actually get up and do it. But he got up, got on the microphone in our bus as we're going to a club and did his stand-up. And I remember it like, it was one of those ones where you guys might not remember this. Do you remember the collect calls?
Yeah,
The commercials for
yeah,
collect
yeah,
calls.
Yeah.
And he would talk about how dirty the collect calls were. It's like dial down the center. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would do all these like things that were like about the collect calls and the commercials that were going in. And I can't remember all the things, but it was a dirty joke on the collect calls. And everyone was dying laughing because he wasn't like the Theo you see. I mean, there were hints of it, right? But the Theo you see now is just like his mind is just, it's like,
man.
whoa, it's out there.
Right.
And the
He's
way
special, he's a
he's
special
able,
breed.
exactly. But you didn't see that you knew it was funny, but it developed.
Right.
And he trained himself into that. You know what I mean? I
Absolutely.
feel like comedy, football, any type of thing that you want to be successful at, you have to train your brain into it.
Mhm.
And you just don't grow up. I mean, you can be funny,
Yeah.
but stand-up's a whole different art.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's done amazing with it. And I can't tell you a better person to do it because Theo, not only was he hilarious, but he was one of the first people I met because he was, remember the show I said where it was a casting special? He was the host of it.
Oh, no
And
shit.
so he was one of the first people I got to talk to about it and gave me amazing advice about what I should do. He's like, just be yourself. If you start playing up a character, they'll be able to see through it because they're
Right.
filming you 24/7. So that's a lot of reason why people on Real World don't like what they see on the edited version. They're like, oh, they edited me wrong. It's like, nah, you played a character. You didn't play you. And if you don't play you, it's like your Barstool stuff. Like when you guys were doing that stuff. If you guys are just yourselves, you're not going to get screwed over because it's hard to edit something that you are.
Yeah,
Right.
if you stay in the lane of who you are the whole entire time. But
Sorry for bringing the Barstool stuff. I don't know.
No. Barstool's awesome.
okay,
We
yeah.
love
It was
Barstool.
awesome, yeah.
Absolutely. It was
I
just
loved
one of
watching
those.
the thing with you guys on it. I thought you guys were going to win, by the way.
Surviving?
Oh, Surviving?
I
Thought
know,
you should've won.
bro.
It seemed like
But
it was.
they were really going against you
They,
guys.
Yeah, they were.
I could tell.
Hats off to them.
And so I've never, obviously I made a joke about the hosting a reality TV show, but I've never done reality TV. Will did it the year before and won. And going into it, I was so naive to all the other games being played. And I thought,
But didn't he educate you?
He did, but I guess like I just didn't take it upon myself to get into other people's business. I was like, oh, my squad seems really tight.
Yeah.
And then I
Taylor
watch it
be
back and
getting
I'm
over
like,
his skis. Yeah.
they're trying to
talking
kill
about
me.
too many moves too early. And it's like,
Yeah.
hey, we can't be.
See, to me, I was like, let me make this impact quick. Cause I know Jersey Jerry, he was my first kill of the show. And I was like, I need to get this cat out. Cause it's like, I never expected to win.
You gotta have
Make a
someone
name
else
for
bring his
yourself.
name up.
Yeah.
Right.
You
But
gotta, and then the bandwagon will happen.
knowing
and
what I
you'll
know
allow
now,
that to happen.
knowing what I know now, there were multiple people that were like Taylor, and I was able to, without knowing, like get Jerry and get people on Jerry, and I might have been out even sooner than that if I didn't like speak up a little bit. Inevitably, my demise was always forecasted. It was always going to happen.
So I played these games and I got to host these games. And I remember we did a show where on MTV that was a challenge based show where you would take on the people that actually do the challenge, the All-Stars versus celebrities. Celebrities didn't have a chance because they don't understand the intrigues, like the ins and outs of the game.
Right.
If you don't understand it's a game. You have to play it. And if you're not playing it and you're not involved, you're not going to win. Like I watch all these reality shows, like Traders. Like I'm like, I can win that, no doubt in my mind. Like all of them,
Bro.
Like,
Those
do you think
games
you could?
are
Do you
fun,
watch them,
bro? I haven't seen Traders though.
Dude,
The most
it's
recent
good.
one I watched was $1 Million. It just came out on Netflix. It came out a little bit after Battle Camp.
I think I know you're talking about like someone has
Like
$1 million.
yeah,
$1
$1 Million
somebody out.
Club. You know the guy. God, I hate that I'm blanking on this. Can you look it up, Sherm? $1 Million Secret.
Mhm.
Did you see that one?
I did not.
Bro, you would like that one. That's
Okay.
another like game within the game. I love that. Like Werewolf, the card game, or Mafia. Some people play that game. Like all those little, I don't know, those strategy games are a lot of fun. Risk. We
Risk
love
is awesome.
Risk.
That's 2020 when the whole COVID thing was going on. I was in California training. We would just get high and stay up till like 2 a.m. playing Risk with like
Whether you
three
were
of our
training
guys.
and we were just getting like you're training and you're just getting high.
Yeah, we would train. I put my kid to sleep. I'd get a little cooked up, and then we played like 3 games of Risk.
Yeah.
And we played
Risk
it on Xbox,
just- okay.
Xbox Live. And so we'd all be on our controllers just talking trash, having a good time. It was so much fun. That's us. That was us earlier this year. Comrade Willie over there.
Dude, would you play Surviving Barstool?
Would I play it?
I think they're.
I don't know the
what
rules
I've heard, they're
upon-
wanting to do a celebrity one.
So the problem with those games are they don't allow phones. They don't allow like it's a big like it takes a long time to film a show.
Mm.
You know,
now with Surviving Barstool,
I
it's
have
all
2
done
daughters.
in a week, bro.
It's done in a week,
have-
and it comes out 2 months later.
Yeah.
They do an amazing.
And there are phones in the
who's
Barstool
the production
one.
guy? Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
He does an amazing job.
Yeah.
Of like handling everything. And after the challenges, we had to have our phones.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But you're right with how busy you are, family
I was
man,
hearing
it's
like
tough.
the things about Traders. They were like, yeah, you're out there for 15 days. You don't get to talk to your kids, and if you do talk to your kids, like it's a person has to watch you do it. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
it's too
not
much.
happening.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a chance in hell.
You don't-
I
you
need
don't
to talk to
know.
my daughters every single day. Like,
Yeah.
I know you guys are girl dads, but like, what is that? What has that been like? You know, raising girls.
Dude, incredible, man. I like Rue. She's she's 3. She's very intense with her emotions. It's been great for myself. Just I grew up, it was me and 2 other brothers. My mom, she, a lot of like boy energy handling us and everything else. But being
Intense
like
with her emotions, is that the PC version of whining all the time?
she's a whiner, but she's very much, she feels all of her emotions in like a big way.
Okay,
So
yeah.
like having to communicate with a 3-year-old like in the trenches has been very much a learning experience for myself. And then Scotty Joe, she's 10 months old. old. She's just she's like Micah Parsons on third down. She's scrambling everywhere all over the floor right now. But it's the best feeling in the world being a girl dad.
Did you educate him at all about a 3-year-old?
Yeah, no, I think we've kind of played the games of like, okay, she's 3. This like I remember when Rue was born, because I had my oldest. I might have not. I already had Willow as well, so I had both my kids. And it's almost like the first 6 months are kind of a grind because you don't really understand.
Talent.
Yeah,
yep. 6 months to a year and a half. You're in a good spot.
You're in a good spot, but it's like around that 6-month mark is when you see the smile and they recognize you when you come into a room, and that's when you're like, you're obviously in as a father, but that's when you're like, I 100% understand what the feeling everyone's talking about is. So if you don't feel it right away, that's perfectly fine. For my kids, like my oldest daughter she's 8 years old. And she just recently got a book. She was at this like fair just at a park a week ago. And there was a girl who was 9 years old that was selling a book that she wrote herself. And
what?
Yeah, how cool is that? So my daughter buys the book.
Where do you live? Your daughter's learning Mandarin. This 9-year-old's writing books.
My kids.
Who do you hang out with?
My kids are the best. My kids are the best. But like when my oldest, she gets this book and she's like, you can tell like truly inspired. So now my Win has written 4 chapters of her own book in the last week and a half of these 3 kids. She's like, it's a rated R story, Daddy. I'm like, oh, what's rated R mean? She's like, there's guns. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then the story starts with these 3 girls. They're in this car. The mom leaves at the gas station. Someone starts shooting up the car. So the 9-year-old gets in the car, drives off. They end up in this boat in the island. They meet with these other kids. They find their dad. Like, she's telling me the story and I'm reading the words and like, some of them are misspelled, but like when she reads it, it's like it's fluid because it's like how her brain is seeing the words, and it's awesome. And she's taking piano lessons now, where she wrote a theme song for the book, like because she's big into Harry Potter, so she hears the Harry Potter theme song. She's like written notes and plays the theme song. It's incredible
on piano.
And this is like
you're 8.
Yeah, this is
she plays like piano.
She's not like it ain't Mozart, but she's out there. She working like she understands the keys.
Do you play?
No, dude. I'm a front man. I can I can give you a little something.
I'm a watcher.
I'm a front man. But and then my youngest daughter, like I think the second is really unique because they watch the oldest and they want to they kind of fall in line with the oldest and follow whatever they do. It's really cool to see my youngest daughter find her voice and start to find like her own interests, what she likes to do, where she likes to be dependent, where she likes to be independent. And it's like, I was literally having breakfast with my oldest daughter this morning and I was like, I think I'm in like peak dad mode right now. And I've said this a bunch of times in the pod. She's like, what does that mean? I was like, we're already decorating for Spooktober. We're already getting ready for like October 1st is the kickoff to the holiday season. Mm-hmm. So we got a whole bunch of stuff going around the house. I was like, dude, in like 3 years, you're not going to care about this. Like you might be like me that like doesn't care, then comes back to it. But like, you're fully invested. She doesn't know about Santa just yet, but like she's all about Santa still. So it's like the position I'm in as a father, it's like knowing that you're in the good old days while you're in them. Because right now it's like, it's the fucking best, dude. It is all time. Yeah. That's a win right there. My wife. And then I'm holding my youngest daughter right there. But yeah, man.
I got 5 and 7 and it's a lot. Like I want to be there as much as possible with WWE. I travel a lot. So I wonder what the grind was for you guys in football. I mean, you get to go home though every day, right?
You go home every day. Like he had his kids after football. For me, it was, like you just know those 6 months are a blur and you try to be as good with your time as possible about like being present when you can be. But like, when I was playing, it was like I'm always thinking about the rusher I'm going against or the defense I'm going against and how I played last week. How can I play better this week? So it's very difficult to be present all the time because, you say you've been doing WWE for 20 years. Mm-hmm. It's like there's like 3 guys that's ever played 20 years in the NFL, and like like it's such a finite amount of time. So my wife did an amazing job of like getting times. Like, hey, we're gonna be together at this time. She knew the schedule inside and out. But it was, it's tough, man, especially when you're in it. And one thing that I think a lot of people don't talk about is after the season. When the season ends and you're so used to kind of everyone catering to you and you're now in an off season where now I'm integrating back into our family's lives, but they have the routine, they have the things they do.
Yes.
And
no one ever talks about the routine. No one talks about
it. And it's like, there would always be like friction between me and my wife, like between week 1 and week 3 of like the off season, because like I'm trying to find my way back in. They're very comfortable about like seeing me rarely, but like, and so like I kind of bulldoze my way into it. And so that's a very difficult time to like get into it. Once you get into February, March, April, it's like, okay, everything's smooth sailing, but it's a grind. I mean, you understand.
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like every week it's that though. Like it's like I leave for a day or two and then I come back and then I'm like, let's go. And it's like, we have a routine here.
Yeah.
Like this is our routine. This is what we do. And I come in and I just ruin that routine.
Right.
And kids need routines.
Right.
They need their, so you don't want to ruin that, but also you want to make sure that like, I try to create moments, like capture moments. Like yesterday we went to like a water park and we were there for 6 hours. And I thought this was really cool. I got home and I wanted to watch football, right?
Yeah.
Sat down. I was like, my kid comes up and he goes, you want to play? And one of my rules is if my kid asks me if I want to play, yes, is always the answer. Yes, I want to play, because they're not going to ask that when they're 12
Right.
or 13.
man.
They're going to be like, I don't want to hang out. Maybe they'll have conversations
You're
with
going
me.
to ask to play.
Exactly.
And they're gonna be like, oh.
So I'm like, how many more of those do you want to play? They always want to wrestle me. Cause they like, believe it
Bro,
or not.
yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Shocking. Right.
Same.
But it's okay. So it's not just that I'm a wrestler.
I come home, my youngest daughter goes, Daddy, we want to catch these hands. And I'm like, all right, get in the bedroom. And I take them and I just throw them all over our master bedroom. And I'm like, I'm throwing them in the air.
Now, does your wife go, stop playing so rough with them?
There's been, we've probably wrestled, let's just say 100 times in their lives. There's been 35 times tears happen, but they got to find out who they are.
Normally
you
every
want this.
time, but
Yeah.
they love. I remember I used to play with my Uncle Nick, and my Uncle Nick was like professional boxer, like really rough. And I remember my mom always going, Nick, you're playing too rough with him.
Yeah.
And I would cry. But I remember those times, and I remember, even though I was crying then, like I remember them fondly, and like I remember smiling and happy, and every time I'd see my Uncle Nick, I'd try to like wrestle him and like get it. So I remember those times, even though I was crying every time I wrestled them, it didn't matter. So like when I'm with my daughters, I don't make them cry, obviously,
Right.
but like tears do happen sometimes because we play rough. They want to play rough. They don't like. They're like, Dad, you're playing too light. Throw me. And it's like, all right, there you go. There's your throw.
Yeah. Dude,
Start
I-
crying.
It's like,
Hey, you wanted this.
Spin me by my legs.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, you're going to pull her legs off.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
it's like,
I
nah,
promise
they're
they're
buoyant.
not.
They can handle it.
They're good. They're
Dude,
kids.
I talk about the ultimate gaslight on my oldest. We were in Canada and like I was tossing her in like 2 or 3 tosses. She got hurt. And it was like a lot of tears. And I'm like, honey, like you want to play like this. I'm playing. She's like, you're going too hard. You're going too hard. So I would take my 5-year-old and I would just throw her to the headboard, like a bunch of pillows, like that, like, get into it. She'd love it. And then my oldest, I'd pick her up high in the air and I'd start to throw her down and then I'd catch her and gently put her on the bed. She's like, no, that's not rough enough and stuff. But I did that for like 2-3 different wrestling sessions to the point where she's like screaming at me. She's like, that's enough. Like, you need to be rougher. And I'm like, all right, well, let's find out who we are then. Let's find out. Yeah. Oh, you want it then? Let's do this.
Oh, you're crying.
man.
This is what you wanted.
Yeah. But it is like, I have no idea what it's like to have a 9-year-old, but I'm figuring out what it's like to have an 8-year-old, and I've had a 5-year-old, and like, it's the best.
Yeah,
it is the best.
It truly is. And like, I always teach them the first thing that if they say we win a wrestle, I always like lock up.
Yeah.
It's like, and I taught them how to lock up. But then I also go,
you
all right,
did.
now choke me. Like, you have to choke me out. Like, and it's not like, but it's like, I want them to learn if someone's picking on them and someone's I want them to be able to choke a person out.
Yeah.
Because you're not punching, you're not hurting yourself. You literally, you duck under and you, boom, put it on.
Are they
choke
doing
it.
any martial arts or anything like that?
Yeah. So I was watching like a podcast and I heard Dana White say something about jujitsu.
I know exactly the one you're talking
And
about.
so he was like, a little girl can take down a 300-pound man. And I'm like, come on. It's like, if they have the right technique and they know how to do it, like, they can do it. So I got my daughters into jujitsu because I was like, I want my daughters to be able to take care of themselves.
Bro.
100%,
And I also
man.
think confidence level of knowing that you have the confidence to take care of yourself.
Have the ability to
when you
protect
need
yourself.
to. Yes.
Yeah. We started doing the same thing. Like, I saw that podcast as well. And I was trying to like really press organized sports. And I was talking to my oldest and I'm like, hey, listen, your dad, he did it. He's kind of, you got the genes. Basically, I was giving her the talk. Like, if you want to play sports, you can do it. And you can get a scholarship, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to explain Title IX to her, the whole thing. And she kind of sits back. We're watching playoff hockey. She sits back. She's like, you know what, Dad? I think I'm just going to be me. And I was like, all right, right then and there, like, competitive, like, team sports kind of died. Now that's okay, but they have to do something. So I got them into jiu-jitsu, and it took a little bit of time for them to really get into it. But once they got that first stripe on their belt, they're locked in. They are all about it. I did the bribe. Hey, every time you win, I get you $1.
Mhm.
But they're about it now.
So was it crying before going? Like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go because they're
That's the
too
thing I
busy
struggle with,
like
man.
playing with stuff. And it's like, and you are like, okay, you know what? They don't want to do it.
Right.
But then it's also like, do they, or because when they're there, they
Right,
love
they
it.
love it.
Exactly.
They're having so much fun, but getting them to the place is so difficult. And it's like, I'm like more strict on that. Like where it's like, no, if we're doing this, I gotta give them a like, do you want to do jujitsu? Yes. Okay. If we do this, you have to do it.
Right.
You can't just quit. We have
Right.
to do it
There's
for
no
1
getting
year.
out of it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, if after the class, you don't want to do it anymore, you don't have to do it anymore. And usually after the class, I was like, do you guys want to do it? And they're smiling. They're happy. They just took a boy down.
Yeah.
Did you see
Right,
me
they
take
start
the
to
boy
build some
down?
confidence.
Yeah.
in
Oh
it.
yeah.
Build
And
it
they're like, do you want to do it tomorrow? Yes.
Right.
Yes. And then the same thing happens. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. We're going. And if I'll tell you what, if afterwards you don't want to do it, we don't have to do it.
Right.
And it's always the same
It's
thing.
always yes after. I always struggle with that. And I remember being a freshman in high school. I got like a lot of trouble in middle school, and I was a freshman in high school. It was summer workouts, a group in Arizona, and so it's like 100 and whatever degrees, and they have like the freshmen, the JV, and the varsity. We're all like kind of doing camp drills. And I'm like this, like I'm not like fat, but I'm like shapely. I'm a shapely individual. I look like Mike from Monsters Inc. And I'm dying. I've never had this difficult conditioning in my life. So I go up to my dad who's in the stands and I go, I'm done. I don't want to play football. I want to quit. And my dad gets up and he's like, all right, you want to quit? Go talk to the guy in the visor. And the visor was a guy named Chad DeGrenier, who was the head coach of the varsity team. And my dad says, he goes, sits in the car and he's just waits for 2 more hours. I come back in and he just sits there. He goes, buddy, I just want you to know what it's like on the other side. Like if you're going to do something, you have to do it. And I mean, without that conversation, if he walked up and quit, it's like, we're not all sitting here. And it's like one of those things you look at your kids and like when they're crying and they're having a meltdown and my wife's like, do they really have to go? It's like, no, they don't have to go, but they should go
Yes.
because they committed to doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you just want them to get to the other side. And once they got that stripe, that's like, oh, I've had a little bit of success here. Now it's like, when's jujitsu next? And that's when it's like getting fun in that regard too.
Yeah, it's like gymnastics now too. Like gymnastics and jujitsu is what they've been into. I got them into soccer. I try to get them into every sport just to see what connects and what clicks.
Right.
And so far, though, the gymnastics and jujitsu has been the two that they have taken to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's like if you're gonna commit to something, and then if they're having like if Rue's having a breakdown about something, it's more of just like, hey, this is what we do. You said you wanted to do this. Give her the whole Compton speech, like you're a Compton, like this is how we show up, this is how we're going to do things. If at the end of it, you don't want to do it or you want to quit after said CEO, like she's not old enough to be in seasons. But if at the end of the day, you don't want to do it, we don't have to do it anymore. But if you said you're going to do this, like this is how we show up, this is what we do. Because I agree. I feel like a lot of the times they just might be doing something in the moment. And it's like, well, they don't know what it looks like unless you teach them. And like the world's going to be hard. That's just however it is. It's like you can micromanage your kids as much as you want, but at some point they're going to have your principles, your foundational thinking, like once they step out into the world, and you want them to know like, hey, you might not want to do this today. But if you're somebody who, keeps your word, you keep your commitment, like you'll think the right way. Like once you get to that age and it's like, hey, this is how we're going to do it. If you say yes, like you keep your word, we're going to show up. So those are like the foundational things. Cause it's hard when they're crying. It's like, I mean, they are just 3, 4, 5, like they don't have to, but it's like, is it because I kind of don't want to go either? Or then you start to have that self-talk with yourself. It's like, no, they need to know what this looks like. I have the self-talk
every day. Like literally, there has never been something so confusing in my life than parenting.
Yeah.
It's just every time I'm out there, I'm like, am I doing the wrong thing? Like is the reason she's crying is because she really doesn't like it, or is she just having a meltdown? And sometimes that happens. And, maybe she really does, but then she's smiling now. So it's like, wait, and I'm like going in my head, I'm going, how can I do this? Okay. How can I develop her confidence? Because I want her to be a confident, strong individual, and smart and fun and everything that you want like your daughters to be, you want them to be. And how do you guide them? You can't give them everything.
Right. You can't lay it up.
That's the hardest thing.
If you just say yes to everything, then you're like, oh man, I'm just giving them everything and they don't learn.
Then like false confidence where you just lay it up for them. It's like, oh, that was awesome. Then and then you're kind of just hoping that it works out again the next time.
Are you familiar with the Montessori teaching?
Yes.
So
not yes and no. Like we looked into it.
Right. Well, so like
is that what we're
actually homeschooling for the first time this year.
How is that going?
Buddy, rave reviews at this point. Like I told you about the story.
Do you do the teaching or does
God no.
Okay.
No.
Who does the teaching?
If he did
we have
the
a teacher
we'd
come
have to shut
in.
this down.
Yeah. If I'm doing the teaching, call CPS. Like
Okay.
my kids are not going to be equipped. But we have a teacher that was actually at the Montessori school, and she wanted to do like homeschooling. That's what she did in the past. And she was like up in Minnesota, came down, and it has been awesome. And for me, it was always like, it's the social, it's the extracurriculars. Like you have to have enough of those. So like, you know, I think we all grew up with, you see a couple homeschool kids and you're kind of like, they don't really understand the social cue portion. But so far I rave reviews about it.
What made you change?
It was always a conversation that took place when my oldest was born. And I think I was more resistant to it because I came from the public school system. I think social interactions and understanding social cues are way more important than like your traditional, like how much do you know about the Revolutionary War, unless it's what you want to go into. And then as we got farther and farther in, it's like, you just want to make the right decision. And then it's like, okay, well, am I making the right decision for my kid or for myself? Because I'm worried about what my kid might be if they do this. But like at the end of the day, like we spend more time with our kids. They're like, last year, my kid wasn't writing a story and like writing her own theme song to the story, which is something that's extremely new. But like, it's an opening space for them to be more creative in a world where the 9 to 5 is what we all grew up. It's like, you know, you go to high school, you go to college, then you get a job, and then you die. You're married and die. It's like, now there's so many different things you can do in this world, and there's so much access to learn those things. It's like, okay, what are you most passionate in? Let's nurture that while checking the boxes we have to check from an educational standpoint and get you where you truly want to go in life and be the person that you actually want to be.
Does she get to go to see her friends? Like, does she have, like, where does she meet friends?
So there, we do jujitsu, there's art classes, we do the Mandarin thing, but that's online. And then piano lessons are all in a group setting as well. But it's like, she's got like 5 to 6 good friends that we're constantly circulating play dates on, making sure happen. There's a neighbor girl that is over every single day when school's up for her. So the social part, I think they're getting done. I think like as we get older, I'll press it a little bit more, but like both my kids, like when we go to a park, it's not the nervous shy. It's the, who are you? What's your name? My name's so-and-so. This is how old I am. They're very like forward and like willing to make a fool out of themselves. And I mean that in a positive way. But the Montessori thing I was talking about before was the whole good job thing. Like one of the core values of Montessori is like self-reflection. So like when a kid finishes a drawing, instead of being like, oh, that's so great, good for you, it's like, how do you feel about it? And then have them be like, I'm proud of this because of this. That gives them the self-validation to be like, oh, well, my opinion matters more than what other people's opinions matter. And so I just think it's a really cool kind of way of going about things.
And do you feel like they're keeping up with most kids? Or do you feel like they're going down or up or maybe even higher?
So we started Montessori, September? Like we started at the middle of August. So to know all that, I mean, check in with me at the end of the year.
Sure.
And then I'll have a better idea. But what I've seen from my kids, they seem much more engaged, much more like excited to talk about what they learned at school than they were when I would pick them up from school. So I feel like it's trending in the right direction.
I have a hard time to like. I'll be like, how? Like I try to not do the. How was your day? I was like, what was your favorite part of the day?
Yeah,
Right.
And
Who
still
are
they
you
don't
kind to
know.
today?
Huh? Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm trying to do all the right like lingos. You know.
I know, it's
Dude,
like
you could be sitting
what do
there
you-
doom scrolling on Instagram because there's so much good parenting stuff on Instagram.
Right.
Like as I'm sitting there watching it,
Yeah. Also,
It's like,
For the
oh, I
Dads.
like this.
For
Oh,
the
I like
Dads is a
that.
great show you can go check out.
this is basically For the Dads, hosted by the Miz right now.
Right.
go.
Yeah.
There
Papa
you go.
Team 6 in the chat.
There it is.
No doubt. But yeah, it's I was nervous about the homeschooling thing. I love it right now. And it could change at any point, but I
Sure.
just think more time with your kids, like why not?
Right.
At the age that they're at. It's
We
really cool.
started Rue in school this year. Like we've had several the days where she doesn't want to go to school, which I kind of enjoy because it's like you get to do all the same kind of conversations of like, not talking her into going, but essentially like talking her into going.
Right.
It's like, oh, all your friends are waiting, this, that, the other. But so she just started Montessori school this year.
And
It's been-
what do you think?
I love it. I feel like they do, with the Montessori stuff. Again, I was a public school kid. There wasn't really any Montessori around where I grew up in good old Bonne Terre, Missouri. But it's like really like tribal to where they're setting their spot when they all eat, whether they use snack time or lunchtime, like they're setting their table, they're cleaning up after themselves, they're learning. It's like working with the kids, like the manners and who's doing this, who's doing that, like everybody's helping out. And they gravitate more towards like the kids' interest, which I haven't got to go to like an observation class where they'll have the parents come in, you get to kind of watch them throughout the school day. I think we do that here in a couple weeks, which I'm excited about. But it seems to be going awesome, man. Like she seems to be making friends. Like they play outside a lot. It sits on I don't know how many acres, like in that 10 to 20 on acres, to where they get a lot of outside time. They get their rest time. They're doing a lot of things that's where it's like them self-helping themselves, and they get guided to what their interests are, guided to, hey, if you got to go to the bathroom, you're more well equipped to do it on your own, not having to, hey, if you can wipe, you can wipe. I've seen to enjoy it. I think she's having a good time with it. And I also, it's like, I enjoy when she's in all these other settings to where somebody else can be their like authoritative figure, to where she's more uncomfortable being away from myself. I know, like, even as a dad, I get really nervous every time I drop her off to do something, whether it's gymnastics, because now she does ballet, to where it's more class, to where the parents aren't in there. I myself find myself just being sad on, like, man, what if she's scared? What if she doesn't fit in? She's shy at first. I hope she has a good time. To where I also, it's like my wife and I will have those conversations with ourselves, like, hey, even though this adult might have not have said a thing that we would want them to say, they're going to be around all these authoritative figures throughout their life. Like, it's good to get them, adapted to those things. But we've seen, like, she comes home, she talks about school, she talks about her friends, she tells us about her day. She seems to be doing well there. So we've had a good experience so far, but we're only like a month in.
Okay.
But we've enjoyed it. It's been fun. And I
feel
kind of
like
look
that's the
forward to
biggest thing,
the
like
chaos
looking
in the
for
morning.
the proper school. Which is the best school? I want
Right.
number one. I want the best,
Yeah.
the best. And it's like, all right, and you're already thinking like, is she going to go to college? Like, I don't know. I want her to have the opportunity to go to college. In Montessori schools, can they go to college?
Yeah.
Like, is that
Yeah.
like?
I'm learning that
is
too,
like,
bro.
I
Like, they
don't
go
know,
up,
like-
they go pretty deep in the grades, and it's like I sit there again. All I've known is the public school system, and it's like, I'll sit there and I'll be like, oh, I turned out all right.
Yeah.
And I came from Bonter, Missouri. Like, I'm sure, it doesn't necessarily matter. She's going to go to a school somewhere here in Nashville, but parents are pretty like dialed on. If I'm talking to a parent, like an adult, and they're like, oh, were you thinking about your kid going to school? And I'm like, dude, I have no fucking clue. Like,
Right.
you might need to, you got to get in early. You got to do this.
That's
you got
the
to do
thing
that.
about
I'm just
Nashville,
like, fuck,
man,
I have
like-
no clue, bro.
I'm sure when you grew up, it was like you go to school at 5. Like, that's kindergarten.
Yeah.
And then if there's a daycare, something like that, you go to the daycare. But like here in Nashville, it's like there are kids in school at 18 months years old.
What?
18, yeah, not years, 18 months.
Wow.
And you're just like, what are we talking about here?
I feel like
And it's
those
like,
might
'cause
be
you-
more like the daycare, or like, what is it called? Mom's Day
the
Out.
Montessori school that
type
my
stuff.
kids were at before, they started at 18 months. And I was getting the same conversation that you were getting, where it's like, hey, where are they going to school? Well, she's 2.5 now. You should probably get her in before. Otherwise, they might not have a lot of area or all these different things. And it's like, bro, like, we can't just like put them in a, like, hey, go to school now,
Mhm.
5. It's kind of like it's a wild thought process.
Yeah.
So
Because when you're in a small town, it's like you got the one school, like,
Yeah.
that everybody
Yeah.
goes to.
yeah,
Oh, they're
it's-
on that side of the line. They got to go to Park Hills.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So you win $50,000. You move to LA. You get an acting coach, improv coach. You're doing all the things, putting yourself in a position for the WWE. You're in Venice Beach at the Gold Gym. What happened to get you in WWE?
So good question. So
Back
they
to
had a
Bussin'
show
with the
on
Boys.
Yeah,
MTV.
back to Bussin' with the Boys.
We'll go back to MTV.
Yeah.
So MTV had a show called Tough Enough, where you could win a WWE contract if you win the show. So I wanted to try out, but back then you couldn't be on 2 shows. You couldn't be on Real World Road Rules Challenge and then be on Tough Enough. So they wouldn't let me do the show. But then cut to 3 years later, after training in learning the art of professional wrestling, trying to at least, I was trying to go to Japan because I've heard like that's where you can really, learn a different style. Like Japan has a different style than what WWE is. There's different styles everywhere. Like Lucha Libre is Mexican. That's very that's a whole different style as well. So there's different styles. So I was like, maybe if I learn, the art of professional wrestling here in California, then I'll go to Japan and they'll bring me over to Japan. And I would do like things called dark matches where you go backstage and you kind of start meeting people backstage, and you might get a dark match, which is the match before the show even airs, so they can see you and test you out. I never got one of those because I just wasn't like, they weren't looking for me. And then finally, 3 years later, after all that, I got asked to do Tough Enough, which was not going to be on MTV. It would be on the CW during SmackDown. And I was like, I've been trying to do this show, but they wouldn't let me. It's like, there's going to be 50 people. If you make the top 8, then you will be on the show. I go, I'm in. So I had to go to Venice Beach. They had this, they had a ring set up. They had an obstacle course. And I'll never forget, Bill DeMott's like, oh, the Real World guy. And by the way, being on the Real World, you might be like, oh, that must be like a good thing, right? Like you already have a notoriety. You have people watching you. Not in WWE. That was more like, no, you don't belong here. You shouldn't be here. We don't want you here. You're just, I mean, when you're on a reality show, back then you were a no talent hack. You were just on it. What, you can be filmed and you're good on television. People didn't realize, like, it does take an art. There's a special thing to being on a reality show. You have people that are wallpaper that literally you never ever see, and you have people that are the star of the show, and you need those stars. And so people didn't realize that, I don't think, back then. Maybe producers and that kind of stuff, but like not, when I was trying out. So I try out, and I remember going onto this obstacle course, and it almost felt like they were trying to get me out, because it was like, what's your time going to be? And I was like, and I think it was like under like 2 minutes was unheard of. Like no one's even come close to being under 2 minutes. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to do my best. What's your time going to be? And I'm like, I know what they're doing right now. Like they're going to make me say if I say 3 minutes, that's not fast enough. 2.5, it's not fast enough. Oh, that's it. That's all you're going to say. I was just like, I'll go under 2. And they were like, no one's been under 2. There's no way you're going to do that. Did the obstacle course, got under 2, got 157. And they were just like, whoa. And then I got in the ring and I started cutting promos, and they were like, oh, okay. And so I made it onto the show. Now, once I made it on the show, they were trying to almost make you quit. We would have to do 500 bumps, bumps is like standing in the middle of the ring and landing flat on your back. Just flat on your back, flat, like 500 of those. Then you'd have to do flip bumps where you do kind of a 180 and land on your back. And then, so one guy ended up did quit. And it just felt like the entire time they were just it was like, can you withstand what we're putting you through? Because we're going to give you I was on the $1 million. You're going to win $1 million.
Yeah, it sounds like a hell week, like a Navy SEALs hell week.
100%. But it was the hardest thing. And so I made it all the way through, got second place, didn't win. The fans voted, and they voted Daniel Puder, the winner. But honestly, that was a blessing in disguise, because during this time, I impressed the execs so much that they were like, we're going to give you a developmental contract. It wasn't a $1 million contract. And I had to take a pay cut from doing the reality shows. When I was doing reality shows, and I would win. And so when you win, I win a lot of money, right? Mm-hmm. So I took a pay cut to go into developmental, into Deep South Wrestling in Atlanta, Georgia, which was McDonough, Georgia. So moved from Los Angeles to McDonough, Georgia. And every day I'd wake up and my body was just killing me. I'd be like, one more day, you can do it. 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 And you'd see people quitting. You would see people always faking that they were sick on the bleachers. I never wanted to be in a bleacher. Never wanted to be a sick guy in a bleacher. I was always the guy that was like, I'm just going to go through it and let the torment happen. Mm-hmm. And so went through it, finally got up into the SmackDown. And when I remember sitting down with Vince, and Vince, they were like, Vince wants to see you. And I'm like, oh man, holy cow, this is it. I get in there and he's like, we want you to be the Ryan Seacrest of the WWE. And let me tell you something. Ryan Seacrest is a hell of a talent.
Yeah, talented guy.
Hell of a talent. But when you want to be the big star in WWE, being the Ryan Seacrest of WWE is not what you want to hear. Yeah. But I knew that if they gave me a microphone, I could get the crowd to want to see me get beat up in the ring. He wanted me to be the host of SmackDown. Like they didn't want me to be like a wrestler. They even tried to get me to be a commentator. Like commentators being like, hello everybody and welcome to Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. They wanted me to be that guy. And I actually went to Stanford to do that. And like, they asked me like, this is what we're thinking. I was like, I think I could be a WWE superstar. Like and by the way, even me thinking of this now, like I can't believe I had that much balls to say that. Like, because when you're trying to get in to WWE and this is your dream, it's like they're giving you like an opportunity. Take it, take everything. And I was just
and
like,
you're trying to tell them, I think I can be a WWE.
by the way, at
superstar. They're
6'1",
thinking,
200
right,
nothing
buddy.
pounds, and everyone's still, by the way, back then, people were still huge, right?
Yeah.
They were massive.
Throughout these stories, you've gotten taller, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, and I feel taller because that's my feeling at the time.
Let's go.
So I got the microphone. I was the host of SmackDown, and I knew if I could get people to hate me enough or love me enough on the microphone that they'll want to see me in the ring. And finally, after I believe, like that's where I did the hosting of SmackDown, did the hosting of the Diva Search, and once I got done with the Diva Search, I was told, "Hey, you're gonna have your first match next week," and it was against Tatanka. And had my first match against Tatanka, and I beat him. Went 1-0, and I went like 6-0, and everyone hated it.
Yeah.
And it was great because like the worst thing you can have is when you walk out, no one does anything.
Yeah.
If they're booing you, that's a pat on the back. That's
Right.
awesome. And
You got
honestly, I
emotion. prefer
it. I like being a bad guy. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like when they go on Twitter and see like, this guy sucks. He's terrible. He's the worst wrestler ever. It thrives me. It releases a fire in me when someone tells me I can't do something. And now starting to realize like more and more, like that's how I grew up. Like my dad was never like, great job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're doing great. It's always like, Mike, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Why are you throwing a curveball when you just learned how to throw a curveball? Throw a fastball. And I'm like, leave me alone, Dad. I know exactly what I'm doing, you know? And it's like in football or basketball, it was always like, how are you missing foul shots, Mike? They're the easiest ones. You're just standing there. Just hit the thing.
They're
And I'm
called
like,
free
I'm doing
throws
it,
for a
Dad.
reason.
I'm doing it. You know?
Yeah.
So like, that's what I grew up with. So now like when the audience, I hear the audience doing that kind of stuff, it's like kind of what I grew up with, and it's made me who I am. It like my dad, like I love the fact that he did that and was like that because it gave me a work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had to work for everything, every ounce, every inch, everything that you've ever gotten. Like, and in WWE, you had to work for everything. The reason why it was so hard in developmental is because when you get up to the top and you're a WWE champion, you have to be able to withstand everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean everything. And so the pressure, when you are a champion, they're weeding out all the people that don't need to be there, that can't withstand the pressure of being not alone WWE superstar, but can they stand the pressure of having the weight of a WWE championship? Because it's unlike anything you can ever imagine. When you have that title, everything is on you.
Mm-hmm.
The company. We have a bad showing at an arena where it's not sold out or it's half full or the PLE doesn't get as many buys. That's on you. It's not on all those other guys. That's on you. You're the face of the company. You're the guy that we put everything into. So if we are failing, you're like if I'm failing, the company's failing. That's what you feel like. That's the pressure that you have. So when you're going through the developmental and you're going through that hell and it's tiring and it's hard and you're sitting there going every day, you're saying, can I do this? Oh my God, I don't know, but one more day. And when I got up to WWE, I got kicked out of the locker room. The superstars didn't like me. And if you get kicked out of the locker room, like, I don't know in football, but like I need people to teach me how to be a WWE, how to be a top talent in WWE.
Right.
So people are like, well, why didn't you fight the people? Like, why didn't you, stand up for yourself? And I'm like, in that moment, if I would have stood up for myself, I would have got fired within a week and I would have never made it back because I was that guy that nobody wanted there. I was the guy that was walking on eggshells, but somehow, some way I would crush every egg. And literally, like, I remember I was eating chicken in a locker room and a guy came in and was like, you got chicken all over the place. And I still to this day do not believe that I got chicken all over the place because I was so on the eggshells that I was like eating like this. And they were like, you got it everywhere. And then by the time, the telephone happened, it was like I was taking chicken and just throwing it all over the locker room, which I wasn't. But then got kicked out of the locker room. Took like 6 months to get back into the locker room. And it was a lot of like, yes, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. And by the way, back then, everyone shook each other's hands. When you walk into the arena, you shook everyone's hand. You look them in the eye. I don't care if they were eating or whatever, because they'll find something, right? So if someone was eating and you didn't shake their hand and they saw you, Didn't shake my hand today. He didn't shake your hand.
Big game of posturing going on.
How could he not shake your hand? It's not like that anymore.
Mhm.
And sometimes I miss those days, right?
Yeah.
Because it really showed a respect and a want. And honestly, I remember I went into an audition for a Supernatural, and I walked in and I just shake everyone's hand. I shook everyone's hand in the audition. And I remember getting the part and then being like, how did I get that part? It's like, one, you were amazing in it. And there was no one that we actually saw. But two, you shook everyone's hand. Like we've never seen anyone do anything. Like no one does that. Like usually people just go in and they're so in their head. And I was like, wow, that was something that WWE has always ingrained in me. Like you kind of, even when I'm done with when I was doing American Gladiators, after we were done, I would shake everyone's hand at the end of the night. It's just something that's ingrained in me now. Like when you're done, you shake everyone's hand and you look them in the eye and say, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. And it kind of ingrained that in me. So I was like, it doesn't happen now. Like, cause it's not loose, I would say, but I don't know. Back then it was very difficult, but I'm glad I went through it because it made me realize like I could take on anything.
Yeah.
I could do anything I need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Was there ever a moment where you're like at the top, whether it's WWE champion or you're getting right there to where you failed on the mic or you had a lapse like during a promo to where like, fuck, that was my moment. But fuck, I let everybody down with that
That's
one.
every time I go out there. I'm so I will watch a lot of people don't like to watch themselves on TV. They don't like the way they sound. They don't like the way whatever. I dissect everything I do.
Will you watch this podcast?
Huh? Absolutely.
Yeah, good man.
Are you kidding me? And
Good man.
I will dissect everything. I should have
We'll at
talked
least
about
get one
that.
view.
Should have talked about that.
Yeah.
Could have went in this depth. I could have done a joke there. That's just everything I do. I study it and say, how could I have done that better? I will watch this podcast and I'll go, how could I have done that podcast better? How could I have done it for the boys? Because I'm a fan of Bussin' with the Boys. I think that what you've guys done and what you've created out of a bus, and especially that you guys, obviously pro football players, very, very successful. Undrafted, but you did well. You're a pat on the back.
But
You
did
were-
well.
you were
But did
great.
well.
Hey man, you were great on special teams.
Yeah.
You really
That's
were.
all I needed.
You were, and you were a great linebacker.
Thank you.
You really were. But man, what you guys were able to create, think about that. That it is very hard to be successful in one thing and then turn it around and be successful in something else. And not only that, create jobs for so many more people and then have so many different avenues. Like you guys have created a really cool atmosphere for people to come and talk. I watched Dominic and Sue.
Yeah.
And I was like, I always thought that guy was a jerk because I watched him on football
Exactly
and
what you said.
it seemed like he was a jerk. And then I watched him on here and I was like, I like that guy. He was soft-spoken. He was eloquent. He was very business savvy. I was like, wow, man, I did not think Sue was like that.
Yeah,
he
bro.
seemed like just a dirty, dirty player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just didn't give a fuck.
He had a couple of things.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, words of affirmation are the key to our hearts. You did it. You won it.
Thanks,
That was incredible. I love it. We interrupt this episode to bring you Neutral. Have you tried Neutral? If not, you're missing out, boys. Neutral is so much better than any other seltzer I have tried. It's made with real vodka and real juice, and that's what makes it delicious. They come in a variety of flavors. My two personal favorites, pineapple, lime. Little sweet, little sour. That's what I like. Perfect for social occasions, and it's a crowd pleaser, especially during the college football season. Perfect time of year to grab a 12-pack of Neutral for the game and grab a bucket deal in your favorite bar as you root on your team. Neutral, keep it tasty.
We are also brought to you by Blue Diamond, the nut of the Big Ten. Blue Diamond almonds are the super nut that hits you with that little protein punch to keep you going. Guys, people aren't going to talk about this. The sleeper flavor for your boy is the blueberry almonds. I'm talking, this is a nice little candy snack. They're available in 20 plus flavors.
Ooh.
Like this. Listen to this one. Sherm honey roasted, wasabi and soy sauce, smokehouse.
Love Smokehouse.
In this football season, you could win You could win a $10,000 grand prize or 100s of other instant win prizes with Blue Diamond. All you got to do, fellas,
What do you got to do?
visit bdsweeps.com for a chance to win. No purchase necessary. You might be thinking, do I got to buy something? No purchase necessary. This offer ends November 30th, 2025. Open to 50 US and DC. 18 plus for rules. Visit bdsweeps.com. Void where prohibited. Blue Diamond Almonds, the official snack of Big Ten football and football fans everywhere.
Everywhere.
Back to this episode.
So I know the biggest thing going on right now is Wrestlepalooza. And I mean, WWE is going to ESPN. Like, talk about not only Wrestlepalooza, but like how WWE has been able to evolve in the 2 decades you've been a part of it.
Dude, it's been incredible. I've been here for 20 years. And I remember when the seats weren't full, right? I remember when looking out there and it's just, you know, how do we get more popular? How do we build this business? And every day you just go out there and you do the best you possibly can, you know. And so now looking at where we are, we're on Netflix. And I think us going to Netflix was a huge, huge move. And the reason being is one of my buddies lives down the street and he has 3 boys. And he was like, yeah, they never really watched until you were on Netflix, because now it's not at 11 o'clock at night. They had to go to bed 8 to 11. That's a late night. But when they get home from school, it's on Netflix. It's right there. Number 1 show on Netflix. Boom. They turn it right on. And that's generating a whole new fan base, because we're also on USA for Friday Night SmackDown. And then once TKO took over, it feels like we're getting out there more in the world, if you will. Like, there's less live events, but we're traveling more worldwide, and they're creating new places. Like ESPN now is our home for PLEs, premium live events. And our first one is Wrestlepalooza. It's going to be a part of the Big 6. You got WrestleMania, you got Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, and now Wrestlepalooza. We have Big 6. These are our big, huge PLEs, and they're all going to be on ESPN. We're moving to everything, all our PLEs to ESPN. This is the first one, and it's starting off with a bang. I mean, you have Cody Rhodes, who is our WWE champion, who has been doing a phenomenal job as WWE champion. Have you guys talked to him yet?
I've not gotten to
You
talk
will
to
want
him.
to talk to him. He has an amazing story. It's Dusty Rhodes' kid.
Right.
And growing up as a kid of a living legend, to be in that shadow, but not only to be in the shadow, but to succeed under that shadow and take what he's done. His story is tremendous. I mean, he literally was unhappy in WWE. He left. He created a whole underground vibe of literally a huge fan base that brought him back into fruition, to where people like WWE didn't look at him as a main eventer. They said he's a mid-carder. But so he said, I'm better than that. I know I'm better than that. And I don't like where I'm at. So I'm going to leave, and I'm going to build, and I'm going to make you believe that I'm a main eventer. And he did exactly that. He came back, and now he is our poster child. He's Guile in Street Fighter, you know, and he's been doing a tremendous job. But I mean, he's going to be taking on Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. John Cena is on a farewell tour. This is the last time we're going to see him wrestle in a ring in Indianapolis at Wrestlepalooza against who? Brock Lesnar.
Oh shit!
Dude,
yeah, man. Let
Lesnar
me
seems
tell
like
you.
a psycho.
Oh my God.
Psycho.
I mean, Brock Lesnar is just a massive human being and just full of just muscle.
Yeah.
And like, when you think of a professional wrestler, like, you show Brock Lesnar, it's like, yeah, that guy.
Right.
I don't want to mess with that guy at all. And John Cena's last match in Indianapolis will be against Brock Lesnar, and he's on a farewell tour. And this is sad for, I think, not only me, but I feel like the up and coming superstars, because I got to learn from John Cena. I got to get the teachings from John Cena. And now these kids that are coming up from our performance center won't get that opportunity to wrestle John Cena.
Right.
Look at the wrestle me, which is
Yeah.
great, but there's a difference. So I've got to learn from John Cena now. Hopefully I can take what he's taught me and pass it on down. And that's what you do as a legend in the business, right? You always want the stuff that you've taught and left on this industry to be passed down for generations upon generations.
Right.
And so I've been fortunate and very lucky to be in the ring. I want to do it one more time, but I feel like he only has like 6 more dates, because this year is the last year. I think it's like December something is his last show. Yeah, is his last wrestling match. He's been doing a farewell tour. This is it.
This is on September 20th.
September 20th will be the last time you see John Cena wrestle in Indianapolis.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, and that's Wrestlepalooza. I mean, this is why it's big. Not only that, like, you have Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch teaming up. They're a couple going up against the couple of CM Punk and AJ Lee, who just made her return in Chicago, and it was wild. It was it's big. And so couples matches are always interesting because you never know. Like we always say, you never know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But in a couples match, like this is a real life couples.
Yeah.
They're real life and they're fighting each other at Wrestlepalooza. I mean, I can't wait for Wrestlepalooza. I mean, and being able to go to ESPN, like, I mean, it's the worldwide leader in sports.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, think about that.
We've been
Like,
able to dip our toe.
when I was a kid,
We got a
Juggernaut.
pinky in there.
what did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
watch? What did you watch when you were a kid?
ESPN.
ESPN. Like
And
when you wake
Nickelodeon.
up in the morning, some people watch news. I watch ESPN.
Right.
I remember like ESPN, ESP in your face. You probably don't remember that.
Yeah.
But I remember that.
The
And now
commercials, the whole thing.
Yeah. And now, and sometimes I felt like, you know, ESPN kind of sidetracked us. Not sidetracked, but like kind of like, not pushed us aside, but like we're WWE, we were sports entertainment. Now we're a focal point in ESPN. And I love the fact of being on ESPN and being able to have our huge events on there. It's going to be amazing.
The only thing that worries me for you guys and Wrestlepalooza is I mean, I feel like somebody should have thought of this, but like you guys booked it on the same day as the Bussin Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is
Good
Michigan
timing.
versus Nebraska.
After Bussin'
It is. So yeah, it's a double header. It might be one of the greatest days in entertainment ever.
Yeah.
Right,
Michigan,
yeah.
Nebraska, Bussin Bowl. What is it? 2:30.
Did you go to Nebraska?
Kickoff? Yeah.
Oh, and
I
you went to Michigan.
I went to Michigan.
Ohio
yeah.
State. I mean, national champions, but
Wait, hold
I
on.
went to
yeah,
Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean,
yeah. Hold on. Because you said, I heard you mention Miami of Ohio. I heard you mention Stanford on this, and then you just said Ohio State.
Yeah.
Who you
the
claiming?
Ohio State? I mean,
Ohio State's the dog
I'm
right
a
now,
Miami
so
of
he's a-
Ohio,
he's
but
a
we're
Ohio
never in
State
the
guy.
tournaments. Like
Yeah.
the last time we were in a tournament, I think was like with Roethlisberger or Wally Zerbiak in the NBA. But
Yeah.
I mean, we're never in anything. So it's the Ohio State.
Sean
University.
McVay went to Miami of Ohio.
He did.
Head
I know.
coach.
You know
LA
what's
Rams.
interesting about that? I have a story about Sean McVay. So Jay Glazer has a gym, Unbreakable, in Los Angeles, or he did. I don't know if he still does. But Jay told me to come down to work out there. First day I get there, I'm like working out with like Sylvester Stallone. And then who shows up? And this is before he's the coach of the Rams. He just got the job. Sean McVay walks in, and so Jay's like, "You two should work out together." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." I was like, "Oh yeah, this is a good guy." Good. I wanted to run through a wall. Like when we were done working out, like he was pushing me, and I was like, "This is why this guy is going to be a great
fucking
coach."
go.
And then like he became this amazing coach, and I was like, "I know why." I felt it. Like there's certain people that you can feel in energy and it drives you. And there's something about Sean McVay that literally when you are around him, you want to do better. You want to be better. You're like, I can beat this guy,
Yeah.
but he's not going to let you beat him.
Mhm.
Like you have to really work for it.
Yeah.
So McVay is awesome, man. In my
Dude,
book,
McVay
he's
is a dog, bro.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
You're
What's up?
You were able to have him at the Redskins, yeah?
Yeah, he was
So
the
you got
OC at Washington when I was there, and he's a stud. Like I know he was doing like the interview circuit for head coaching jobs, and the way they were kind of telling me about it is he'll get in the circuit this year, probably won't get a job, and then the next year it'll keep growing and building. But apparently, like when he went interview with the Rams, they didn't want him to leave the room because he had done such an incredible job. Again, just the aura that he has, like once you're around him, he's got it. He's got that X factor.
The last 10 minutes of the conversation took place. We talked about Shedeur Sanders, a bunch of things.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, is he the guy? Is he not the guy? Seems like a thing that you guys will never know the answer to at this point. So we missed that.
If we talked about it, you would just keep Bears fans just in hell because they want
Right.
to know these
They don't
answers.
deserve- they don't deserve
know
the
what?
words.
I do not feel sorry
We
for
were
any
saying.
Bears fan. I saw your whole little promo, and I was like, you don't even get it. You don't get. You had Rex Grossman take you to the Super Bowl, and you got to go to a Super Bowl. You know what I have to go through?
Yeah.
At least you had Jay Cutler for a while.
That's true.
Yeah, but-
I mean, that was fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Me, what have I had?
What are the Bears fans had?
What is the Cleveland Browns fans
So
had?
that video would have been great for you when you guys had drafted Johnny Manziel. What pick did you have him on?
31st.
yeah.
31st
31st pick.
into
So
the
even
draft.
then, it's like, they went through all these guys. You got the number one overall pick, and he just doesn't seem like he's going to be that number one overall pick.
How
for
many
you.
times have I had the number one pick or close to the number one pick or the guy that everyone's talking about?
Who's been the quarterback that you've taken? Like
Charlie Fry,
Exactly.
Brady Quinn,
Oof.
Brandon Whedon,
Tough.
Brandon Whedon.
Exactly.
Deshaun Kaiser,
Yeah, and the video that I
Colt
posted.
McCoy.
Oh, that's your boy.
Colt was
I
second
mean, do we want to
round.
go
Colt
old?
was
Do we
second
want to go
round.
old? Tyrod Taylor, Seneca Wallace. I mean, what else you want, huh?
All I'm saying is
RG3. We had him as well. Yeah, what else? You know, Derek Anderson. I thought he was a guy. He didn't end up being a guy. What else? Huh?
Dude, I feel like the Miz saw that one photo of the fan that has like the name and then a whole bunch of sheets of like the other names that took place, and you memorized them all.
That's my life. No, I didn't memorize. That's my life.
Look, I would have made
This is what I remember.
I would have made that video for you guys had you know, had this. This is going to be the next coming of our quarter. This is going to be our quarterback for life.
Who?
Look, I know you don't feel bad for the Bears fans.
You bunch of you don't get it. You didn't have to go through a no-win season and then the next year win 2 games. Boy, was that a fun year. Those were fun for us. Do you understand what the thing about Chicago is? It's a big city, right? They got the Bulls. They got Cleveland needs its sports. When its sports thrives, Cleveland thrives. And that's why we need great football team, basketball team, baseball team. Because when those sports are going, that city is pumping, man. And that's what I love about that city. But it's hard when it's not happening because it's depressing.
Yeah, man.
The city feels it.
I feel like
I love Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski as a coach, like I do not think like if we do terribly this season, we need to get like.
But time out. What was your expectation going into this season for the Browns?
Super Bowl.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
100%. I'm from Cleveland.
Bro, you're not sitting there with Joe Flacco
You're not.
and saying
Why not?
With the Ravens.
Why not us? Why not? Why not Joe? He did it.
Because of all the things you said. That's why not.
You don't get it. Joe Flacco was an MVP, Super Bowl winning MVP.
I agree.
By the way.
I was in college when that happened.
Yeah. So
that was 2012.
I was hating him.
You're talking about
when that
division.
Happened. Now I like him.
Yeah, but Joe Flacco, the age he's at now, I saw him run. It looked a lot like me running out there.
He's a pocket passer.
Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. Like, there's no way you're thinking this is a Super Bowl year for the
injured.
Browns.
He's gone for a couple weeks.
He's gone.
By the way, we should have beaten Cincinnati. We beat ourselves. And that's what I think happens a lot of time with the Cleveland Browns. We end up beating ourselves. Myles Garrett controls a game. It's interesting to watch him, like Micah Parsons, like they're game wreckers. They ruin an entire offense that literally thinks that they can do an offense that usually can do whatever the hell they want because they have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, all these super sexy playmakers. And then what happens? Myles Garrett gets in there and goes, here's your 7 yards for the second half. And how do we lose?
No offense.
Joe Flacco, which brings us back. 2 interceptions.
But what do we do? What do I do? Dylan Gabriel? Is that our guy? Shador? Do you think Shador's our guy?
I think Dylan Gabriel looked pretty good when you put him against. By the way, you guys lost the game 42-17 against the Ravens yesterday.
Thanks. I remember.
Well, you talking about Super Bowl.
I remember.
Gabriel came in and had a nice touchdown pass. I thought he looked good.
Do you want to hear something even more?
On his birthday weekend.
I thought Flacco was going to get the win, and then he was going to have, I think, 31 teams that he's beaten. I thought he was going to beat the Ravens yesterday. I thought we were going to win.
That's what makes fandom the best.
That is.
It does.
That delusional thought process.
It's not delusional. It could happen.
It could.
Myles Garrett's on our team.
It could, but not right now. Your offensive line's not very good. Your best running back has got a DV issue.
Think about what your expectations would be. The history that you've talked about the Cleveland Browns, and you go out and get Ben Johnson. He's the new head coach, and it's like year 2 for the number 1 overall.
We got Kevin Stefanski like 5 years ago, and he was the coach of the year 2 of his like 5 years that he's been. What do you want from me? Like, we have a coach of the year. He's won coach of the year twice.
So when Stefanski came over, like, what was the expectation? We're about to win the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and we had Baker.
My video would have been great for that year when those couple years happened for you guys and Baker Mayfield and Stefanski.
Can't make videos for all the bad teams.
Can you guys explain this to me though? Here's what I don't understand. You have Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was rookie of the year, right? And he had records. And then the second year, I believe he got injured maybe. And then he got ousted. How does that happen? How do you look at a guy that gets rookie of the year that takes you to a playoff that you've never been and wins in the playoff? We almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs. If you remember that. We almost won that game. And so then you go to kicking him off your team. Why?
Yeah.
Like, why does that happen?
I know.
I don't. And then I met
haven't
Baker.
had him on the show.
I met Baker, and I got to tell you, I love the guy.
Yeah, I think anybody who comes across Baker Mayfield loves Baker Mayfield.
So
except for
if you
Stefanski.
You think Stefanski didn't like him?
No, I don't know.
Do you think that is it, though? Or do you think the higher up, upper management?
Yeah.
Like, what would it be, though, if you see a guy in a locker room and he's getting along with. He seems like a guy that gets along with the boys, like right. Like he
Yeah.
seems like a guy that can motivate a
Absolutely.
team and get.
Not only that, you had a run game. You had an incredible offensive line.
Nick
You had Chubb.
Yeah, so I don't understand like that. Why? Why do we get? It'll always be in my mind. I'll never understand it. Being with him at the American Century Championship, I like played 18 holes with him and Kittle, and boy was that fun.
That's a good.
Oh
right
my
there.
God!
Yeah.
I was filming for my my YouTube channel, Ms. Golf, out there for anyone that wants to
subscribe.
watch.
Go
Go
subscribe,
subscribe, like,
Ms.
subscribe,
Golf.
Ms. Golf. Yeah, I and honestly, at one point, all three of us were listening to Baker's music and dancing in the middle of the fairway. And I go, what are you listening? What is this? We've been listening to all day. It's the best music ever. He goes, Big Booty Mix 15. And I'm like, you're
That's
kidding.
fucking
I was
good.
like, this is. And so now I have Big Booty Mix 15 just playing all the time whenever
Let's
I'm golfing.
go,
I'm
dude.
gonna rip
But-
it on the way home.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was
I have
great.
to.
Yeah, I listen. I know you're in pain as a Browns fan. Our
You
hearts
don't
are
know
with
what
you.
pain is. You sit there and you cry. Oh,
He don't know about
Caleb,
the Huskers.
Caleb isn't it?
Tell him about the Huskers, Will.
He don't know about the Huskers.
What about the Huskers?
You
They're going to lose to Michigan. I'll tell you that. I don't even like Michigan, but they're going to lose to Michigan. I don't even know. I mean, is that even a game? It's going to be like
honestly, I
that
had no
Grambling
clue.
game
I
that
had
was
no
like 0
clue.
points scored.
I had
Yeah,
no
it
clue
might
my
be.
Bears video did this to you. Because you're lashing out right now, but to act like I don't know pain, you'd be sadly mistaken. The Huskers over the last decade since I walked the
Why'd you
field,
go to
basically.
Nebraska?
Bo Pelini and that staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My family's from Broken Bow, Nebraska. Some of my family.
Are they Husker fans?
I've been there. I've been to. They are. Yeah, I think everyone's a Husker fan in
Yeah.
Nebraska. Get Her Done's a big Husker fan too.
Yes,
Yeah,
Larry
yeah,
the
Oh,
Cable
man.
Guy.
Yeah, Larry
Yeah.
the Cable Guy's a big. I see him at the American Century Championship as well.
You should not go to Wrestlepalooza and come to the Bussin Bowl. You should check that out.
I'd love to, but it's a huge event. It's our Big Six, and
true. It's a big deal.
Do both.
Do
and
both.
we're going to promote the hell out of it here with Bussin' with the Boys.
Yes, we are.
You're
because
right.
it's a big deal at
You're right.
WrestlePalooza.
Hey, so
Palooza,
what,
baby.
what's the? I haven't like the big
You're telling
moment
me?
of.
Wait, you're telling me you don't want to see John Cena versus Brock Lesnar?
Absolutely, I
Well,
would love to.
If you took a gorilla and shaved all its hair off its body, that's what Brock Lesnar's body looks like.
yeah,
Like, that is, I mean, he is a freak. That is going to be incredible. I can't
Yeah.
wait to watch it.
And the way the way we've been putting out things when we went to Netflix with SmackDown USA, you look at it now and you think we're going to ESPN, we're pulling out all the stops. So I feel bad for you guys on that Saturday because we're pulling out everything.
Can I be honest with you? No one could show up to that game, and Will and I will be excited about it.
Is that right?
I mean,
Yeah,
oh,
there's
yeah.
no place I'd rather be
Yeah.
than Memorial Stadium on Saturday, where we kick off conference play with the Michigan Wolverines in the Bussin Bowl. We got our trophy. This is a trophy game.
So
This
will
is
you
an actual
guys
trophy
be
game.
kind of commentating on it, or will you guys
Fans.
be just fans hanging out?
We're sitting
Yeah.
there. We'll be on the sideline. I don't know what the dynamics look like. Last time we stood on the Nebraska sideline. We'll probably do the same thing again.
You'll stand on the Nebraska sideline?
Yeah, listen, I'm not here to put salt in the wound. We're 4-0 against Nebraska.
you should see if you could stand on the Michigan side.
Well, I could if I wanted, but if I go GBR after Go Blue. Like Will knows
What
that I
is-
What do you
support.
think of JJ
right
McCarthy?
Huh?
What do you think of JJ McCarthy?
Where am I at, JJ McCarthy?
Yeah, where are you at
Gonna
in
take
him?
some time. I think you got a great coaching staff, and I think you got good defense behind him too. They're going to be in games because of their defense and the coaching staff.
At all worried?
Well, yeah, I think you should be concerned a little bit if you're a Vikings fan, but like
Yeah.
it's
He'll
going to
have-
take time.
he'll
It's
have
the second start
defenses.
ever.
Good.
He'll have
Vikings
2 to
defense
3
was-
years.
He's got
Oh.
ruled out.
But wait a second.
He's ruled out.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
yeah,
Minutes ago.
Who got ruled out?
JJ.
But him being a
Wait.
first round pick, he'll have 2 years.
Wait a
Yeah.
second. He's ruled out of the game
Yeah, ankle injury.
already.
see ya.
That's the second injury.
In 2 years.
Yeah,
That's tough.
that's
Can't get that bug. You gotta get that
Are you
off.
trying
as
to pour
much as
salt on
possible.
the wound since he's Michigan and you're an Ohio State guy?
a little bit.
I kind
Okay.
of see his antics right now.
Oh
He's
no,
a-
yeah, but it's sane. But this is like, what do you do to a guy who's been beat down 4 years in a row? Like, do I go and like say something
Who's
back?
the national champions? I can't remember.
Do you
Was it
really?
the Buckeyes?
Is it?
I think
Oh.
it was the Buckeyes last
Oh,
year.
Ryan Day. Oh,
Leader of men,
my goodness.
leader of men, Ryan Day. That's your guy.
Just
I mean,
And also, You remind me a lot of a Ohio State fan that's on this bus right now because you've mentioned 3 different schools. You were a Miami fan growing up, then you went over to Cleveland Browns.
I wasn't a Miami fan growing up.
Is this what every
because it was the hardest public school to get into?
Ohio State fan
It was the hardest school to get into, and I'm smart.
You guys,
and I was like, you know what? I'm going to the hardest school to get into, and I went to J. Crew U. It's the Harvard of the Midwest, Miami of Ohio. I went there. Doesn't mean that I was a fan of the Red Hawks. Okay.
All right.
I don't think anyone even goes to the Red Hawks
Mr.
games.
Miz, no one's coming at you here. I'm just pointing something out.
I feel like someone's coming at me. I
Well,
feel like it's like
you're
this.
20%.
And I'm doing this and this and diving through and sacking.
Yeah.
Ryan, was it Ryan Tannehill?
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill, Marcus Mariota.
That's what I'm doing.
Charlie Whitehurst, Jake Locker. Had a lot of Zach Mettenberger. Had a lot of them. I had a lot of them.
Let's get a quick tea. Let's bring it back in. Because
were you guys favored in the last game? Michigan versus Ohio State?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't recall.
it was minus 20.5 points. You guys were favored by in Columbus, Ohio. Do you know, like, passing how Michigan did last year?
No, I don't follow Michigan.
We went to the settings and we turned it off. We threw more passing yards. The only schools we threw more than were military schools.
I thought people forgot about Michigan since Jim Harbaugh left. I didn't even think it was a school anymore.
Well, Ohio State hasn't because you guys changed 2 laws because of them.
2 laws?
Yeah. It's actually illegal to go into Columbus, Ohio and plant a flag in the 50-yard line.
I'm just hand in hand.
I am just telling you the truth.
Skipping, aren't you? Just walking
I'm
around
just telling
skipping.
you the truth.
Did they ban you from the U?
No.
They ban you?
I got in that. I was in there week 1, Ohio State for a second.
You will be. You will be. Don't you worry.
I love that Ohio State's always good. And I'm glad Ohio State won the national championship last year. It's good you guys kept it in the Big Ten.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. How you doing over there,
So John Cena.
Yeah.
John Cena. The whole heel switch thing. Is he still a heel?
No, he's babyface now.
Babyface now. How did that work out? High level, upper management, the move to do John Cena.
I don't know
the
how
heel
that I thought it created intrigue and interest because John was never a bad guy. Like, I mean, in the beginning of his career, he was a little bit, but I mean, for the 99% of his career, he's been the uber baby. Even when people wanted him to change and go to a bad guy, he never did. And so I don't know. This is me speaking just on my mind and what I know as a WWE superstar. It creates intrigue. It's like, oh, he's never done that. Maybe John wanted to do that because, or maybe the higher ups wanted him to do that, or it was just a collective unit where they were like, let's try that. Mm-hmm. But sometimes that happens, right? Mm-hmm. And you see what happens. And I mean, John can make anything work. John is just that talented. I mean, you look at what he's able to do, not only in WWE, but in the movies. I mean, if you watch Peacemaker, I mean, that show is phenomenal. So good. It's the work ethic that John Cena has. And he's parlayed it to every person that he's come across. Like for me, like my work ethic stems from what he has put upon me, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously got a massive, like, what do you call it, backlash, whatever, all the engagement in the world.
Yeah.
So no matter what, if you pivot, it's like, okay,
you want people talking.
If this is not the route we want to go, we can switch course now, but it's gotten everybody talking.
So it was kind of cool because he did it, and then it was like, oh, this is weird, this is interesting, but everyone's talking about it because it's John Cena. And then when he changed back, it created that much more like, yes, he's back. Our guy's back for the next 3 months now? We get him for 3 more months?
God.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
like every time I see him, I go, what, 6 more days?
Yeah.
6 more? That's it? I'm wondering, and now he's starting to use all the people that he's paying tribute to all the people that he's wrestled by using their finishing maneuvers. Like I saw him use a GTS. I've seen him use pop-up powerbomb from KO. I'm like, I'm wondering when he's going to use a skull-crushing finale. I mean, I did beat him in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah, you got it. Have you mentioned it to him? Show him a text?
Every day. Every time he sees me. I think I am the one person like, that was the right move, and the only reason it was the right move is because if Cena would have beaten me, it would have been forgotten.
Yeah.
But I won't let you forget that.
Right.
And it will go on and on and on for life because how many people can say they main evented WrestleMania, but not only main evented WrestleMania, as a bad guy, won. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 people.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
That world is fascinating.
And I'm that guy, the kid from Parma, Ohio.
You got to let him know every time
Ohio
he uses...
State fan, Miami fan, Stanford fan.
Yeah. I'm not Stanford. I don't think I even said Stanford. I think you made that up.
We can go back. You said something about Stanford.
Went to acting school there.
Who went to acting school there?
Or you went to MC school?
At Stanford University? Definitely didn't say that. Did I?
He'll know because he's
You'll
gonna
know,
he's gonna break down his tape.
You're gonna watch
He's
it
gonna
back.
break down his tape.
And I'm gonna want to text him you or DM
Groundlings,
saying you were right.
improv. No, there's no way.
Do you guys heard Stanford, correct?
Yes, was it Stanford, Connecticut, maybe?
Stanford, yeah, Stanford, Connecticut.
Stanford.
Stanford, Connecticut.
There we go.
That's where our headquarters
we got
is.
there.
That's where the WWE headquarters
Now we're
is.
on
Yeah, okay, we're on the,
So I
we're
went
on
to
the same page.
Stanford.
The only text they
Connecticut.
need out of you is just when, as John Cena is doing everybody else's signature moves, just shoot him a text. Can't wait to see mine. Can't wait to see mine.
I've already talked about it.
Okay, good.
I've already mentioned it to him a couple times.
How was he receptive to the idea?
Of course.
I love that.
John's always receptive to everything.
Really?
Yes.
First rule of improv: say yes.
Yeah. Oh yes. Very good.
Yeah.
You've been
Oh
iOS.
yeah, I've
okay.
taken classes.
It's fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I know we're gonna get you out of here in a second. 5, 10 pole events. You guys have added this 6th. How did this come about? Adding this 6th Wrestlepalooza?
I think making a big deal for actually what it is, moving our PLEs to the ESPN and finding something that kind of gravitates to ESPN that's theirs, right? And Wrestlepalooza is it. It's in Indianapolis, which honestly is a great sports spot.
It's actually a great city.
It's a great
Yeah,
city,
it's a
and I
lot
don't
of
think
fun.
it gets enough. I think McAfee does a great job in promoting it. I think the draft has done a great job in promoting it, but like whenever we go there, the fans are above and beyond. I mean, we were just there for Royal Rumble. We had 70,000 in Lucas Oil Stadium.
That's awesome.
That's
And
crazy.
so now to bring Wrestlepalooza and have its entity come to Indianapolis for Wrestlepalooza, it's going to be lights out. I mean, it is going to be a show to be remembered. There will be moments to take. I mean, we always say this. Like, this is our kind of thing. Like, you take away, like, my job when I go in that ring is to create a moment that'll last a lifetime. What I want is for families to be in the audience and to be able to talk about the experience they had. Something happened in the ring, the Miz did, and the father and son, or the father and daughter, or the mother and daughter and son, whatever it is, the family gets to talk about that moment. And whether it's me saying, "Hey kid, this is your hero. There's your hero. There's your hero," or the hero being, oh, something along those lines. We create moments that last a lifetime. So you can't put price tags on those, because those are the memories that we have with our kids, right?
Yeah.
Like, I went to the water park yesterday with my kids. I will remember these. That is a memory I'll never forget. And I don't think my kids will either. Me lugging up their rafts 4 stories on those freaking stairs, and then them being scared, and me like motivating them and being like, "I know you're scared. You know, when I was your age, I was scared too. But this is a moment that you don't have to go down it. But if you want to, and you wanted to down there, you want to up here, I promise you're not going to get hurt." And then them going down and them jumping up and down in celebration that they did something. Like, that is, I mean, I get goosebumps right now. Like,
That's
my
it
heart
right
is
there,
filled with like love, right? Because seeing them be scared of something and me being able to motivate them in not something dangerous, but something that like I know they can do.
Right.
And I know they just need to believe in themselves to do it. And so that's those father moments where you're like, it's great. So that's what I want families to have, right? Like, not necessarily like that moment, but like a moment that they can talk about and share for the rest of their lives. That's what Wrestlepalooza will do.
Dog, that juices me up.
Welcome
Wrestlepalooza,
to
September
ESPN
20th.
WWE.
Yes, sir.
ESPN, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, this is the last question before we
Got
get
it.
you out of here. We all know that anybody would do anything for a nice cold Bud Light. What is something you would do anything for? You can't say family. We've had a lot of subjects on this show.
What would I do for a Bud Light?
What would you do anything for? Because people,
Anything
we know
for?
people do anything for a Bud Light, but what would the Miz do anything for?
So obviously you'd do anything for your family.
Yep,
I'd do anything for my wife.
that's family. We said no family.
Can't do that.
Can't say family.
What would I do anything for? You know what I'd do anything for?
Tell me.
Just to relax. Like my brain, like, and this can't happen, but just to shut down my brain. Just slow it down and sit and just relax. And just sit and just, I don't know, watch football or watch something that my mind can just go at ease. Like, I have a hard time relaxing. I'm never relaxed. I'm always on. Ba, 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 ba. Whether it's dad, husband, job, work, everything. Boom, boom, boom. Go, 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 go. And I feel like maybe you guys are the same way, because this whole thing that you guys have going, not just Bussin, but like your whole enterprise, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of people to get that done, and a lot of thinking. Then your family and your friends and everything. It's just to sit back and relax. You know what? Actually, I got a better one.
Okay.
Because I was actually going to do this with Ms. Golf with my dad. So my dad's going to be on Ms. Golf, right? And you'll get to see why I am the way I am, because of the way my dad literally coaches me in golf and everything I do, even in wrestling, even though I'm a professional wrestler. I would give anything to have a dinner with my dad and just my dad. He will not do it, because I will go, Dad, I'll come home to Cleveland and I'll go, Dad, let's just go to dinner. Okay, Mike, just me and you. Okay. I go to that dinner. There's 45 people. And literally I'm shaking hands, talking to people. These are all his friends. He's proud, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't get that I just want to hang out with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost feels like, do you not want to hang out with me?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
It's like, but he sees it as, he talks about me all the time, and my friends and family all tell me, oh, he's so proud. He talks about you all the time. Doesn't tell me, but he tells everybody else. And so it's like, hey, Mike, like, yeah, let's go have dinner. 45 people show up. Oh, don't worry about it. It's just, these are my buddies. Hey, this is my friend that I've been talking to you about. Oh, here's your autograph. Hey, nice to meet you. Blah, 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 blah. And by the end of the night, it's late. All right, I got to go. We got to go. Didn't have that dinner.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that would be it.
Yeah.
Especially because my dad's getting older, and I read something. The internet is a crazy place, right? Once you start scrolling, man, you get sucked in.
Them
And
graphs that just got the amount of times you see them.
I don't live in Cleveland.
We all have the same algorithm.
I don't live in Cleveland. I live in Las Vegas now. I'm going to see my dad how many times? He's 70 something years old. How many times will I see him?
Yeah.
Rick, we'll see him
twice a year.
Twice a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that.
Average age is 76.
So he's 72.
Right.
So you got to assume just a handful.
Is he in good health?
Well, he was. He just had cancer on his kidney, but he got his kidney taken out. He didn't need to go through chemo or anything like
That's
that.
good.
So that's that. But he always tells me, he's like, I'm tired. I'm always tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm trying to think like, maybe, are you sleeping enough? I'm sleeping enough. What are you eating? Are you eating the right foods? He's like, I think so. Are you drinking enough water? Like you're going through all the motions and all that stuff. But it's like, and so we're going to play golf, 18 holes. And he's like, well, I got a card game the day before, Mike. So I'm like, Dad, can you not do the card game? He's like, yeah, but I'll be down 2:30. And I'm like, we're playing at 8:30 in the morning. So I'll be all right. I'm like, okay, Dad. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll play 18 holes and see how that goes. But I think my bet is going to be, if I win, he has to have dinner with me. But if he wins, I'll do an autograph signing for him, wherever, whenever.
I love that.
I think no matter what, we got to clip this for you, so that way you can just, hey, Dad, I'm done talking to you. Listen to this fucking clip.
So here's what will happen. My family will send it to him. He'll go, oh, don't worry about it. Blah, 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 blah. It's fine, though.
Yeah. But
it's fine, guys. It's fine.
He's like, I'll leave him here. I'm just like,
it's fine.
We're with you, brother. I hope you get that dinner.
My dad had a WrestleMania moment. You know that?
Well, did he really?
Yes. My dad had a WrestleMania moment. I put him into a match at WrestleMania at MetLife Stadium, me versus Shane McMahon. And I told him, if Shane starts beating me up, you will walk in the ring. And this is, so I told him to put up his Dukes, and he put them up like this became a meme, by the way. This is a meme. Like, it was the biggest, most talked about picture. Like, look at the way he's standing. Like, this is like, get a, like, this
look
is
at the mustache on your old man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I told him to put his Dukes up, and he puts it up like a 1940s like boxer. Come on, put him up, put him up, put him up.
See?
So yeah, like, he got in there, and that became a viral moment, probably the most viral moment at that WrestleMania. And he's like, Mike, I was in the ring for 5 seconds. I became a viral moment, and you've been doing this for how long? And how many times have you gotten that big of a reaction? I'm like, oh my God. Yeah.
Look at Lesnar.
That is awesome.
That's actually not real.
I know.
That's AI. He never got in the ring with Lesnar.
Look at Brock Lesnar right there.
Yeah.
Look at Brock Lesnar right there.
Just a
Hey,
massive a man.
dude, we appreciate you coming on the show. We're
Thank you
excited
guys,
to watch
man.
Wrestlepalooza.
I really love like your guys' story and your journey and everything that you guys have done. Like your stories are incredible, and I love seeing this whole warehouse full of just your toys.
I appreciate
Thank you,
that.
It's
bro.
awesome, man. You guys
That's
deserve
awesome.
it. You guys work hard, so I
Thank you,
appreciate
bro.
it.
Let's give a round of applause
This
for the
was
Miz.
fun. Too.
Hey now. Thank you guys.
It's a long pod too.
Long
Thanks
pod.
for being here. Appreciate you guys.